All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I don't know why I instinctively say that every time I stream. Like, I have to start it with saying that. Okay, just gonna tweet it out. And yeah, so I felt like this was a good excuse to do a stream. You know, even though technically my birthday was yesterday, I thought, you know, why not do one of these? Because I've done these a couple of times. And I don't know why I feel like I always need an excuse to stream, because like I think it's hard to come up with a title unless you have a reason for it, you know, because like sure you can just title it random Q&A or something, but then it's like, you know, it's not as clickable, I guess. So you gotta have a reason for it. So I always think my birthday is a good reason to do it. So why not do another one of those? I think I've done it every year for the past couple of years. I think there was one year where I did it like 2 days before though, something like that. I don't know. But how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I want to make sure everything looks good. I think it looks good. Probably sounds good. Haven't done a stream in at least 2 months on this channel, but for those of you who aren't aware, I do have another channel. It's a gaming channel. I do frequent streams on that channel though, because it's more gaming centric, so it makes sense to stream more. On this channel, it's more reaction centric and movies and TV shows, obviously, so it's it doesn't really make sense to do too many streams here, but I like to do them every now and then because they're fun to just talk. But I do other streams as well, just letting you know. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Caverance. Thank you, Vader. Thank you. When do you think the next Stranger Things season 5 trailer will release? Well, if the new show, the new season comes out, what is it, November 26th? I'm gonna say probably within the next week or two. Like, I'd be shocked if it wasn't within the next week or two, because they haven't really given us like a full, I mean, they've given us a few teasers, but I don't know if they considered any of them like official trailers, like full-on trailers yet, but I think we're definitely going to get at least one more within the next week or two for sure, especially in October is like a great time to release a trailer for Stranger Things. Thoughts on Stranger Things 1 to 4 runtimes? I did see them. Thank you, Torchbear. Yeah, I saw the runtimes. I wouldn't say they're shorter than I expected, but they do look a little shorter than season 4, but it's obviously just for the first 4 episodes. For all we know, the last couple episodes could be like way longer, but I don't think they have to be that long. I think an hour is totally fine. Like, you don't need episodes longer than that. I think one of them was like an hour and 20 minutes or something. That's totally fine. Like, Stranger Things doesn't need to be like, season 4 went crazy with it. There was 2 episodes that were 2.5 hours long, or at least no, the finale was like 2.5 hours. Like, you don't need it to make it that long, but would I be against it being that long? No. So I'm definitely totally fine with, you know, hour-long episodes as long as they're good and they do exactly what the season needs to do. I hope it's very focused on Vecna and it just stays focused on that and the kids and just wraps things up, spends the whole season wrapping storylines up. That's what it shouldn't be, introducing a bunch of new things. That's definitely not what they should be doing in that season. You want to get to the point. I feel like season 4 already built up so much to the point where it's like they already are set up for a finale that it could just be like one long final season. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't really have to focus on any other setup. So I'm excited for it though. Thank you, The Viewer Drew. Thank you, Flick Daddy. It's an interesting name. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Daniel. Welcome to the channel. So, a couple updates I want to give. I like to do these little updates when I start streams, because why not? Obviously, we're still doing Dexter. I'm not, not slowing down on that. I've actually been doing pretty good when it comes to copyright. Fingers crossed, but they haven't given me many issues the past like two to 3 weeks. So I've been able to get at least one YouTube upload out per week. I've been doing them on Monday. That's not like a specific schedule thing. Some people see that as like, oh, he posts this Monday. No, it just coincidentally, I've been posting them on the past couple Mondays, but it's not like it has to be that day. But yeah, I haven't been having a lot of copyright issues, thankfully. I think it's because I changed the, some people didn't like that I did this, but it helped that I changed like the image, the video image is now like a circle instead of just the whole full square. I guess that helps, and I didn't think it would, but it does. So that's good. Or it's because the new Dexter show isn't currently airing, which I guess maybe they were more protective over their IP when there was a new show coming out, but when the new show is not releasing new episodes anymore, they're not. I don't really know, but it's been going better for sure. I still had some issues like a few weeks ago, so it could come up again, but it's been pretty good. So we should be getting into season 4 soon. Obviously, on the Patreon, we are already far into season 5. I just watched quite literally like an hour ago, episode 5 and episode 6 of Dexter season 5. So I'm gonna have those uploaded on Patreon in the next few days. Wednesday, we're finishing that soon. I finished it on Patreon already, but on YouTube, I'm gonna upload those next 4 episodes. Hopefully within the next month, I should be able to finish that by, and then after that, we're going to start a new show. I don't know what show, though. It's kind of, I'm in between a few things. There's a chance I might finish Better Call Saul because there's a new Vince Gilligan show coming out next month. I'm sure some of you have heard about it, called I think it's called Pluribus or something. And I thought that would be a good time to finish Better Call Saul. And so just reiterate the whole situation with Better Call Saul. I have already seen the first 4 seasons, already seen Breaking Bad, of course, but I did not do any reactions for them at all. I only haven't seen season 5 and 6 of Better Call Saul, but I know they're considered like the best seasons of the show. So I was thinking, should I react to them? And I wasn't sure about it, but this would be a good time to do it if I was going to do it. So I'm thinking about that. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, we'll see what else. And maybe I'll do a poll to see like what other shows people want me to react to. There's a couple of shows I have in mind. And then when it comes to that, in terms of new shows, still doing The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Still got Gen V going on. Peacemaker just ended, so we're done with that. Welcome to Derry comes out soon, right? When does that come out? Is that the end of October? I think it's the end of October, right? So we'll be doing Welcome to Derry. That's going to be fun. And then honestly, I don't know. What other new shows are coming out? Do you guys know? I don't know. I'm not keeping track. I feel like I hear about them like a week before they're about to come out. I'm like, oh, I got to react to this. I was going to do Marvel Zombies, and like Marvel Zombies came out at the worst time. Oh my God. When Marvel Zombies dropped, I swear it was the busiest week of my life. And then the following week was also really busy. And I just like could not get to it. So I don't know if I'm still going to do it, but it's been busy. It's been busy. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Plan on reacting to the Wonder Man trailer. So I was thinking about it. I wasn't home the entire day when that trailer released, and I only ever will react to a trailer far after it already comes out if I was told the trailer is like really crazy and like worthy of reacting to, or if it's a show or like a movie I'm really interested in already really interested in to begin with, right? And so unfortunately for that show, I didn't really hear anything like too crazy about the trailer, and I also am not like crazy excited for that show. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. Hopefully it's good, but like I don't really have like a prior interest in the Wonder Man character, so I don't really know much about it. So I wasn't like freaking out excited for it. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me to do a reaction to that like a day after the trailer already came out, because not only is the video going to do really poorly, but it's also like I don't know if I'm going to get much out of the video, if I'm not really that excited for it to begin with. So I decided not to. But if I was home, I probably would have done it. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to watch this show. I'm probably going to do reactions to it. But the trailer, I don't think I needed to react to it. Please say previously on AMC's The Walking Dead. Why? You want me to say it like the guy does in the thing? He's like, previously on AMC's The Walking Dead. I always hated when they later in the show they changed it so the actors start saying it instead of like that generic voice. But the generic voice was so much better. Well, no offense to the actors, but like, I don't know. It just was better when the generic voice said it. No way your birthday is on the day Moon from COD Zombies takes place. Okay, technically my birthday is yesterday. I said this in the beginning of the stream and I put it in the description, but yeah, technically it's yesterday. But I couldn't stream yesterday, so it was it was one of those things where I wanted to do it yesterday. I wanted to do the stream yesterday, but I was like, don't really have the time for it, so I guess we'll do it today. We'll see. Yeah, I'm very ready for Welcome to Derry. It looks good. Every trailer, they've released like 3 trailers for that damn show, and every single one of them looks so good. So I'm looking forward to it. There will be a new Lego DC short film on my channel tomorrow. That's cool. Man, I'll check it out. Send it to me on like Twitter or something. Will you be playing the Wolverine game on your gaming channel? Hell yes. I did a reaction to the Wolverine trailer, the game trailer. Expert Fusion 2 is the name of the channel. So if you're not subscribed to it, go check it out. I've already played a bunch of games on it, but yes, when the Wolverine game comes out, 100% we will be playing that right away. It's gonna be a little tricky because I don't have like easy access to my PS5. Like I do have a PS5, but I gave it to someone basically, so they have it right now. But I can get it back, so it's not the end of the world. But because I don't really use the PlayStation that often, I'm more of an Xbox guy. I mean, like you could probably see it in the background. No, it's actually behind the monitor, but that's what I use primarily. So PlayStation is exclusively for the exclusives, right? So if I want to play Spider-Man, or I guess now the Wolverine game, I'll play it on PlayStation. The Wolverine, it is going to be PlayStation only, right? I'm not wrong about that. But yeah, I wouldn't own it if it wasn't for the exclusives, but they got some damn good exclusives. Can you name a favorite Elvis Presley song? It's the one, I don't remember the name of it, to be honest. It's the one that's the one that they sing in the Conjuring 2. What was that song? Like, Can't Help Falling in Love with You or whatever. I don't know the name of it. Don't hate me. I don't know. Probably that one. What's up, Chad? How you doing? Will you stream the Black Ops 7 campaign? I'm not gonna stream it, but I'm gonna do a recording of it, like my reaction to it, and post that. How did you celebrate? I just hung out, family and stuff. Nothing crazy. What's up, Cam? How would you rank Defenders, Infinity, and Multiversal Saga? So Defenders meaning like oh, what's up, Cam? I didn't even realize that was from Cam for a second. How would you when you say that, you mean like Defenders is in like the Defenders TV shows, right? And then Infinity Saga is the Infinity Saga, Multiverse Saga is the Multiverse Saga, right? That's what you mean? So I would say, I mean, Defenders is going to be last. I love the Daredevil show. I love the Punisher show. Jessica Jones season 1 was pretty good. The other shows, honestly, don't love a lot of them, but they're okay. Some of them. I don't think that's enough for me to put it any higher than that, though. Well, actually, no. Daredevil alone does put it pretty high. That actually does make it kind of tough. I don't know. It's just hard to compare TV shows against movies. It's so hard. I always have trouble doing that. Like people do that. Like people will rank like the MCU and they'll include the TV shows. And I'm like, I can't, like my mind doesn't allow me myself to do that. Like, how can I say if I like WandaVision more than like Multiverse of Madness? Like, I don't know, man. They're very hard to compare. But yeah, I'm probably going to go with Infinity Saga as number 1. Obviously, it's pretty hard to beat that. Multiverse Saga's probably number I don't know, man. I think Multiverse Saga's had some underrated stuff. It has. I'll probably put it in last just for now. I'm sure it'll get better with the next few movies. I'll put the Defenders in second because Daredevil's that damn good. And Punisher's really good too. So yeah, I'll do that. Infinity Saga, Defenders series. Not the series, but like the whole, all the shows. And then Multiverse at the bottom. Are you going to watch Original Sin, New Blood, or Resurrection? I'm assuming those are the Dexter shows, right? I will be doing them for sure, though. Yeah. I don't know, like, exactly how I'm going to do them, but, like, if I'm going to do them in 1 episode per video, or what I've been doing 2 episodes per video. I'm not sure if we're going to change it up, but definitely going to do those shows right after we finish Dexter, 100%. There's not even going to be, like, a, like a break. I'm just gonna jump right into it, just like I did for like Game of Thrones. I jumped right into House of the Dragon right after finishing Game of Thrones. It's gonna be the same deal here. I'm not gonna wait any time. And I don't know when we'll get to that, but it probably will be if I would be surprised if we get to it before like March of next year. We probably have some time. So excited for your season 4 of Dexter reaction. Where do you rank Dexter compared to other shows? Since I can't really ask your favorite Dexter season or villain. Well, I'll tell you my favorite season so far. Just to like keeping everyone up to speed. I am currently on season 5, obviously on YouTube. I just uploaded season 3 today. Or season 3 finale, but I am on season 5 on Patreon. So, the reason the YouTube uploads take a little bit longer to come out, partially because of copyright, but also it adds more value to the Patreon. Like, it's a good thing. Like, people on Patreon are paying, $8 a month for it. Like, I feel like it's fair that they get the episodes further ahead, but it also wasn't really fully intentional to be like that far ahead. I was only intending like maybe a season ahead, but now it's like a season and a half ahead. But the copyright issues were really bad, so it took a lot longer to get the editing done. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit behind. But so far, season 4 is probably my favorite. It's between that or season 2. They're both, in my opinion, some of the best seasons of television I've ever seen. but I don't know. I think season 4 is slightly better. And then favorite villain, yeah, it's Trinity. It just is. Yeah, you guys on YouTube, you'll see my reactions when we get to it. I'm not gonna spoil my thoughts on that season too much, but yeah, I love a lot of that stuff. And then in terms of how I rank it compared to other shows, it's definitely in my top 10. I don't know. My favorite shows are The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Friends, Daredevil. But yeah, I feel like Dexter's in the top 10, probably number 7 or 8 or something like that. It's up there. Could be higher, when we finish the show. I don't know. Seeing Black Phone 2 early tomorrow, so hyped. Hopefully got a good seat. That's awesome. I was really hoping to get to see it early, to be honest. I think I applied for something to see it early, but I don't think I got in. So unfortunately, won't be seeing it early, because honestly, Black Phone 2 is probably my most anticipated movie of the rest of the year. Like, out of any movie that's coming out from October to December in 2025, Black Phone 2, I am ridiculously excited for. And I'm sure you guys know the reason why. I talked about it in my reactions. Oh, I don't know if you all know, but I talked about it in my reaction to the trailers. They're taking heavy inspiration from Freddy Krueger and A Nightmare on Elm Street. And A Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite horror film ever. It's my favorite horror franchise. Or I don't know, it's up. It's definitely top 2 for sure. It's between that or Chucky. But I love those movies though. They're just like really awesome. I love the dream sequences and just the way they handle that character. And it sucks that we haven't had a new one since 2010, right? And that one wasn't even that great. So the last time we had one besides 2010 was like the 90s, basically. I mean, unless you're counting Freddy vs. Jason. But like, I've always wanted another one. And the fact that they haven't done another one in 15 years is just crazy to me. And this movie is quite literally ripping off Freddy. And look, some people are going to have a problem with that. Some people are going to see it as, oh, they're copying. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't understand why anyone could possibly see that as like a bad thing. Because it's like, look, I understand the perspective of, oh, this is unoriginal, but also we haven't had a Freddy movie in 15 years. So it's like they're giving fans what they want. It's just a different character. And I don't really see the issue with that. Like, it's just like you could literally see it as Freddy Krueger, because yeah, if you watch the trailer, it quite literally is Freddy Krueger. He's killing kids in their dreams. That's Freddy Krueger. But like, I want to see a movie like that. Even if it's not Freddy Krueger's face and his name, it still is that concept, the dream concept, the dream sequences, the character floating around the room when they're getting dragged by Freddy. Like, those things are what make those movies so great. So you take a great director like Scott Derrickson, and he directs a movie that basically is him trying to do a Freddy Krueger reboot, but with this grabber character. I'm gonna be excited for that for sure. So I can't wait for it, and hopefully it's good. I've heard good things about the movie from like early reviews and stuff, so I'm assuming it'll be good. I don't know. I didn't enjoy Black Phone 1 that much. I liked it a lot, but I will say the people who saw Black Phone 2 said that if you didn't like the first one, the second one is very different. Like, it's not that similar, so you might like it more. So I'm not really sure what to think of that. Urinals or stalls? What? Well, I mean, urinals if it's number 1, stalls if it's number 2. Oh. They both kind of suck, though. I think public restrooms in general are not fun. I don't know if you watched this, but Invincible is a good show. Yes, I've seen Invincible. I have reactions to all 3 seasons on the channel, and definitely will be reacting to season 4 the second it releases. So yeah, definitely recommend checking those reactions out, because those are some of my favorite reactions on this channel. At least when it comes to like the really good episodes. Thank you, Donnie. Can't Help Falling in Love With. That's the name of the song. Okay. Would you ever consider watching, reacting to any slice of life sitcoms? What is a slice of life sitcom? Is that just like a Friends type show? Like the type of sitcoms that are just like about characters living? You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I haven't really thought of that, to be honest. Like comedies in general, I don't react to frequently. I'm sure you guys have seen that on my channel. I'm always reacting to the grim, like the fucked up stuff. But no, there's times I watch comedies though. Like I did The Naked Gun recently. That was really funny. There's definitely comedies that I'm open to watching. I did the Ted series. That was hilarious. It's just, I feel like comedies are like, I don't know. Definitely a market that I should go into more though. I definitely don't do them enough. But when it comes to like sitcoms like that, especially like the long running ones, I haven't really thought of it because I feel like I've seen the most popular ones. I mean, I've seen Friends. I'm currently watching How I Met Your Mother. I'm watching it, you know, not for the channel. I'm watching it with my girlfriend. But I didn't think to do reactions to that. I didn't really want to be honest. I kind of prefer watching that as like a comfort, you know, just watch it when you're eating dinner or whatever. Like it's kind of more of a show that to me that works better in that way, which is why I never really thought of reacting to those types of shows. But would I be against it? Not really. I mean, I've thought of reacting to The Office, for example. I've never seen that show, and you know, heard good things. Heard it's funny. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do that one day. I don't know. But I feel like I should react to more comedy films first. Like focus on that. But I don't know. Will you react to the new series from Game of Thrones? Yes. Definitely going to react to that right as it releases. I personally thought the multiverse was a big disappointment. They started off so strong, and then it kind of went downhill for me. So you mean like the multiverse saga for Marvel? Yeah, I think it was just the way they handled it. Look, I think there's a lot of good movies in the multiverse saga. Like I'm definitely a defender of... I think the Multiverse of Madness is a great movie. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it's really good. I think No Way Home is really good. Shang-Chi was pretty good. I really loved Thunderbolts. Fantastic Four was really good that just came out. What else? Black Panther Wakanda Forever was really good. Actually, I liked it more than the first one, to be honest. What else in this saga? There are some stinkers, though. Don't get me wrong. There are some stinkers for sure. I thought the Marvels was pretty bad. I thought Ant-Man 3 was pretty rough. But I think the issue for me isn't the individual films. The issue for me is the cohesion between them, right? There isn't much cohesion. They keep introducing stuff and then it just goes nowhere. And I think the TV shows is the worst part about it. There's been a couple of good ones, but I think Marvel has been not very consistent when it comes to their shows. Their shows are rough. A lot of them. Some of them are good, though. Loki's fantastic. Loki's by far the best one, but a lot of them have been just kind of rough. Even Daredevil Born Again, I thought was a little disappointing. It was good. Disappointing, though. And then a lot of the other ones are just either bad or just underwhelming, or there's something wrong about them. There's always something rushed, and you can always feel like they're just releasing them to just get more content out on Disney+. A lot of them don't feel like they're like from the heart projects, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Again, a lot of it has to do with the cohesion as well. And I like independent things that are just kind of on their own, but like at the same time, the universe as a whole doesn't have a lot of cohesion right now. And I hope it does get to that point. We have a couple of big movies coming up, so, you know, hopefully it will get there. But right now it's kind of rough. So do you plan on reacting to the DC animated movie universe? That's what that stands for. Yeah, I've thought about it. Definitely like the Batman, the Mask of the Phantasm, is that what it's called? That movie I'm definitely going to do a reaction to. I don't know when though. I should have done it honestly when Superman released, because that's like, you always want to do big reactions like that when it's relevant, and I feel like people were talking more about that kind of stuff when Superman released. I mean, I guess I could have also done it when Peacemaker was out, but I don't know. I guess that's over now. So I'm not really sure. And I also wanted to react to maybe even some of those shows as well. It's hard to find that audience. I don't think I currently have, maybe I do, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if I currently have an audience that would consistently watch those videos, but it would be good to build it. So like I said, I'm open to it, but I don't have like, I'm not 100% if I will though, you know? By the way, just a random thing I want to say. Would you guys, like, on these streams, do you think I should put music in the background? You know, like copyright free, like just like a little beat, you know? Like, I never know if I should or not, because I feel like most streamers I know do that. And I'm like, would it make the stream better? Let's see. Copyright free stream beats. I don't know. Let's just put that in. Let's see what happens. Would it make the stream better? Or if you guys hate it, let me know. I'll put it nice and low. It's just because it'll help with the dead noise. What the hell is this? Oh, this is trash. All right, I don't know, man. You guys can listen to this. It's very low, though. You can probably barely hear it. But that's kind of the point. I don't want it to be too loud. You know, let me put at least some, like, I like, I don't know, like, I like synthwave kind of music. Can I put on that at least? I feel like that goes better with my channel. Because I usually use that as, like, music for for my reviews. Yeah, here we go. Is this better? Does this sound more me? Yeah. It better be copyright free. It says it's copyright free, but I don't know. Let's try it out. See what happens. It's just good because it'll cover up some of the dead noise. And by dead noise I mean like when I'm taking a sip of water and like I'm not saying anything. So let's see. Let me know if that's loud or like not too loud. Holy shit, Mike! Goddamn! I just load up the chat and I see this. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Dan, man. Cannot believe we are here another year. Thanks so much for every ounce of work you put into bringing us joy. Don't know if you realize how you impact our day to day so positively. You are amazing. Wish you so much success. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate that. That helps out a ton for the channel. So thank you so much. I'm glad that came in right when I put on the music too. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I'm like hoping this goes as far as I can. You know, I've been talking about it for a while, but like, don't know how long I'll actually be doing this for. But I hope I can do it as long as I can. As long as it's something that I have the time for and it's something that is enjoyable to me, which it always has been. I don't know, there's been a single moment I haven't enjoyed doing this really. Well, no, there's been moments. Like the copyright stuff is the stuff that drives me nuts. But but when it's like just streaming or like just talking or watching the actual movies themselves and the TV shows, it's always nice. Like I don't dislike a single part of that process. But it's the copyright that kills me though. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So you guys liking the music then? Is it too loud? I don't know. It might be too loud though. I'll lower it a little bit. As long as it makes people feel, I don't know, better. If that makes any sense. I don't know. All right. The season 2 footage for Daredevil Born Again looked amazing. Did that leak? Really? I didn't see it. I'm not gonna look at it though, because I want to react to the trailer when it comes out like officially. But I mean, interesting. Nobody tell me what's in it though. I've already heard like leaks. I haven't seen anything, but I've heard leaks that like some of the Defenders characters might return, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. So funny watching you play The Walking Dead and mentioning how Rick's voice sounded like, or talking about how Rick's voice sounded in the character's dialogue. We're talking about The Walking Dead, the Destinies game. That was the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. I think it was so funny. Oh my god. Thank you, Alex. What's the best movie that's come out so far this year in your opinion? I'll tell you right now, and honestly, I've been slacking hard when it comes to new movies this year. I'll admit. And it's October. I got 2.5 more months. I always like to do a big like top 50 movies of the year, or not top 50. I like to do like a ranking of every movie that I saw that year. And I like to at least see like 50 to 60 movies to make that list. I've only seen 27 movies this year so far. So I'm going to be like doing a lot of new movie watching this next couple months. I just haven't had the time really. In theaters, I mean, there's been a couple of movies, but like even September, there wasn't a single movie in September I wanted to see in theaters. But there was like one, no, there was one or two. I just didn't have the time for those one or two, I guess. But currently right now, F1, the racing film is my favorite of the year. It's surprising movie. I didn't expect to like it that much, but I thought it was phenomenal. Like so well directed, really interesting. You know, I didn't think I would be very interested in that stuff, but I actually was. So that's definitely my favorite of the year. But yeah, only seen 27 movies this year so far. So I don't know. We'll be watching a lot more the next couple months. Some of them for the channel as well, for sure. And there's a couple of new ones that still haven't come out in theaters, obviously. We got The Black Phone 2, we got Predator Badlands, we got Avatar 3, something else probably, I don't know, but definitely. Lola Loud, thank you so much for becoming a member. I totally forgot to mention, I did set up the whole member system. I didn't even mention that. I think I just set that up like a few weeks ago though, because I set it up on my other channel, the gaming channel, and it was a really cool feature. I didn't think about it, but I set it up, and then I set it up for this channel as well, and I was like, oh, that's a cool little thing, I might as well set it up. So thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. All right. I think it's the member system is kind of similar to like the Twitch subsystem. So YouTube had to call it something different because YouTube already used the term subscribe for like basically the same as following, like on Twitter or on Twitch. Have you seen the From series? I've heard about it, but I've not seen it. But yeah, I don't know. Do you prefer classic movies or newer? And what's your favorite genre of movies / shows? So that's a hard question because, first of all, it depends what you would define as classic. For me, when I think of a classic movie, I think of anything like, okay, it's going to sound very like, you know, but to me, it's anything before I was born. That's to me what I consider a classic film, right? So for me, that would be anything before the year 2000, which again, it's not like what most people would use that term for. I feel like most people would think of like pre like 80s maybe as a classic film. For me, it's pre 2000. But I think for me, my favorite year of film, and I only know this because of Letterboxd, because Letterboxd actually tells you what decades were your most highest rated. Like they take the average of all your ratings and stuff, and like it said for me that the 1990s was actually my highest rated era or decade, and then I think the 2000s and then 2010s. So I think I don't know if I like classic movies more, but I do think when I watch an older film, I am more likely to watch a movie that it's going to be one of my favorites. But then again, there's lots of newer movies I think are fantastic too. So it's really hard to say for sure. I don't feel like I would prefer one or the other. It's kind of just a good mix of all of them. I'm not one of those people that thinks movies are going downhill. I think there's lots of good movies that still release. Every time someone says that movies suck nowadays, I'm like, how many movies have you actually seen this year? And every time they hit me with like I've seen less than 10 movies, and I'm like, all right, well, there you go. Like, and it's always like Marvel or something, even though I love Marvel movies, but like, you can't say you think all movies suck nowadays if you don't actually watch that many. And I don't even watch that many compared to other people. There's people who go to the theaters every week. I haven't been able to do that. So like, you know, even me, I'm still sitting here and admitting that there's still some really damn good movies coming out. Lola, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Happy birthday. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for becoming a member and for the $10 donation. I really appreciate that. Okay. But yeah, like I said, don't really know if I would prefer classic or newer though. But I think I probably am more likely if I spin a wheel on films before the year 2000, I think I'm more likely to get one that I'm really gonna love. Okay, before the year 2000, maybe like after the year, like, I don't know, it depends, because I've not seen enough like really older films, right? Like I'm talking from like the year like 1920 to like 1960. I have not seen a lot in that period of time, and I need to. Is it hard for me? I'll admit, this is just me being honest. It is hard for me to get into those movies though, a lot of the time. And it's not because I'm some simpleton who can't get into like, some older films and I can't appreciate them. I can. I think it is just harder because they were built for much different audiences at the time. It is harder for me to really like be engaged in one of those movies. Now, there has been many I have been. I mean, Godzilla from 1954 is really solid. I love that movie. I really do. Psycho is from 1960. It's a little newer, but I really love Psycho as well. The oldest movie I've seen, I think, was the Nosferatu from 1990 or 1929, and I watched it a couple months ago, or it was a year ago, maybe. I don't know. I was gonna watch it in preparation for the new Nosferatu, which I never ended up seeing, by the way. I just didn't have time for it. I never ended up seeing it, which we might watch it soon, by the way. And I watched it in preparation for that, and I really didn't enjoy it, but I appreciated it. Like I watched it, I was like, oh, this is like well made. It's a good movie. I didn't care for it though, right? So I think that's something that is kind of hard for me to like. It's a hurdle that's hard for me to get over. But I still watch those movies anyways. I need to watch more of them. I tell myself all the time, I gotta watch more of those movies. I gotta watch like Citizen Kane. I'm probably gonna watch one of these days. I've heard that's one of the better, more popular ones from the, I think it's from the 50s. I gotta watch that. I did watch what did I watch? Oh, I'm forgetting the name of it. It was Boulevard. What was it called? Fuck, Boulevard something. What was it? I forgot the name of it, but it was actually really good. Sunset Boulevard. It was actually, I really enjoyed that one. But I watched that like probably about a year ago. I don't know. Not for the channel. I don't think I'm gonna do those movies for the channel. I don't know. I just feel like there wouldn't be much of an audience for it. But I do need to watch more of those. And then, oh, sorry, I'm taking way too long on your question. But favorite genre, probably psychological thriller. I feel like those tend to be the movies I prefer the most. Horror, I'm also a big fan of horror. I've seen a lot of horror films. Will always enjoy those. Yeah, a good mystery is always nice too. I don't know. I guess those are my main choices there. Have you rewatched Joker Folie à Deux since you first saw it? I wonder if your opinion would change. I actually haven't. I have not watched it since I saw it, because I don't really rewatch movies that often anymore. I used to rewatch movies all the time, but I think I got to a point where I'm so like eager to watch new movies that I never really spend my time rewatching them unless I'm showing them to someone. Like that's the only time I'll rewatch a movie. Like I'll show it to my mom, I'll show it to my girlfriend, like I'll show a movie to someone, I'll be like, okay, let's watch it again because of that. Actually, no, I have rewatched a few movies if it's going to be in theaters. I've done that a few times, but that's, you know, that's different because that's like I see it in theaters with one person, then I want to see it again with another person. That happens sometimes. But when it comes to like rewatching on my own, no. And so Joker was one that I did not rewatch yet, but I'd be curious if my opinion did change. I don't think it will, to be honest. I'd be surprised if it did, because just for those of you who don't know, I actually really loved Joker 2. Everyone and their mother hated it though, so I was definitely in the minority there. I thought it was a really misunderstood movie. I did a whole video talking about why I think it's so misunderstood. And look, I definitely do understand why people didn't like it. Like I've come to terms with the fact that yes, it was a very out there sequel. It was very odd, very weird. It was very like, I don't know. It was weird in correlation to the first one. Like it didn't flow. Personally, I thought it flowed well, but to the average person, is it going to flow well? No, they see the first film, they love it for what it is. The second one's not giving them the same thing that the first one gave them, right? So I understand why a lot of people went into it being like, what the hell is this, right? So I get that. But I think I appreciated it because I thought the story behind it was actually really interesting and really unique. And it's something that I thought was really like daring, and it was cool. Like I got a lot out of that. I got a lot out of the story, and I also felt like I was so into the first film to the point where like there's a lot of things in the second one that you can kind of piece together as, oh, this actually does connect better than you'd think. Like the whole musical aspect. Everyone always says the musical aspect was so like forced. Why did they need to make it a musical? The first film quite literally has Arthur, not to get in a whole tangent about Joker here, but they have Arthur dancing at least 6 times. He dances a lot in that movie. He always dances, and the whole point of his dancing, a lot of it is to get out of the moment. He likes to like disassociate from reality for a second, and dancing does that for him. And then in the end of the film, he actually even sings, and he's just singing a song that he was just thinking of or whatever. It was the That's Life song, right? But he sings that at the end of the film. So to me, the whole aspect of him now taking that dancing from, you know, dissociating from reality with dancing, he now does that with singing in the second film. It's not that far-fetched, especially because Harley kind of like introduced that onto him in that movie. So I didn't see it as this forced element. I saw it as, oh, it's actually a natural progression for this character. So I had no issue with that. I actually thought it was brilliant. So I don't know, but that's not the only thing people didn't like about the movie. I know people didn't like that it was, people say it's like, oh, they make him not the Joker anymore, but I don't think that was the point though. I actually thought that aspect was also brilliant because people always talk about the idea of like Joker shouldn't have a backstory. They even criticized the first movie for that. They said Joker shouldn't have a backstory. He's so much more interesting when you don't know his backstory, right? But what this movie does, what the sequel does, is it says, oh, he doesn't. This isn't Joker. Joker is a persona. It's an idea. It wasn't Arthur. It was this idea that he was for a period of time, but he wasn't always that person. He's not always going to be that person. And I thought that was actually interesting and kind of in line with the idea of the Joker character from the comics. So I thought it was brilliant, but I don't know. Nobody agrees with me. I'm on an island with that one, man. it'll definitely be the most underrated movie of all time for me. I don't think there's ever going to be a movie that I consider to be more underrated than that. So, yeah. Curious when the Punisher special is coming. I think spring, right? Spring of next year. Which, I mean, that could be like a lot of different months. That could be March, April, May. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully they make it so you don't have to watch the show to understand Spider-Man 4. Yeah, that is interesting because the Punisher special will probably come out before Spider-Man 4. So what are they going to do about that? Are they going to have it lead into Spider-Man 4? I don't know. I agree they shouldn't do that, but I wouldn't mind if there is some connection. Just don't make it like so much so to the point where if you don't watch the Punisher special, you're just shit out of luck, you know? Kind of cool he took Doctor Strange 2 nightmare ideas to Black Phone 2. Oh, Scott Derrickson. Yeah, I mean, I kind of hope he comes back for Doctor Strange 3, to be honest. I think that'd be pretty cool. Have you seen Overlord? Yes, I love Overlord. Slasher, thank you so much for the happy birthday. Top 5 Halloween-themed movies you believe is required to watch on Halloween. So when you say Halloween-themed, it can't just be like a horror film. It has to be Halloween-themed. So that's going to be tougher because I can't really think of them off the top of my head. I'm going to say, obviously, Halloween's #1 for that, like the original Halloween, obviously. I'm even going to say, hot take, Rob Zombie's Halloween, I think, is underrated as hell. I enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween. No one else does, apparently, but I like it too. But those are obvious choices. Other Halloween movies, like they have to take place on Halloween, I'm assuming. I'm not just gonna say the whole Halloween franchise, but you know, you could list a couple of those. Also, I would say, what else? I could definitely think of more. The Trick or Treat is really good. I'm like going through my list of horror films because I know it's gonna be a horror film. Actually, Monster House. That's an animated movie. It's not like it's not really like a scary movie, but I actually really like that movie. As a kid, I did at least. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I like that movie a lot. What are other movies set on Halloween? You know, it's not really like it's set around Halloween, I guess, but Donnie Darko. It's not really a horror film, but I feel like that's a good one as well. Terrifier 2. Dude, Terrifier, like, it's like such an interesting franchise, but it's like, it's so gross. I never want to watch it because of how nasty it is, but they're actually like, they're such interesting movies to me. And I think it's actually like such a crazy accomplishment how that character went from being not known whatsoever to just being known all of a sudden. Because like, I actually saw the first one when it first came out. I watched that first film a while ago. Randomly watched it one day when it was online, and me and my friends were just like, what the fuck is this? But now it's this crazy phenomenon everyone knows about, Art the Clown. So I don't know, I thought that was cool. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other Halloween movies. I don't know, I did give you a few choices, I guess, but those are probably some of the main ones I'd go with. Yeah, I'm sure I can think of other ones, but that's the main ones I'd go with. Thank you, JDev TV. I appreciate that. Have you seen Weapons yet? Yes, Weapons was really good. I love that one as well. A lot of people didn't like how it ended. They didn't like the, like, you know, the, what was, I wouldn't call it a twist, but the reveal, I guess. I personally liked it, though. I thought it was cool. Since Walter White has killed people, how crazy would it be to see a show with him versus Dexter? That would break the internet. I mean, it would have to be some sort of alternate universe or something. But, or what if they made this whole thing where they're like, oh my god, they're in the same universe the whole time? But I don't know, man. Maybe, who knows? Or they should reveal that they're in the same universe, and that Walter White and Dexter went to the same school together. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. But you know, actually, they are characters that they go together in a very interesting way because they're kind of opposites in a sense. Where like Dexter is kind of like an anti-hero, right? Whereas Walter White's kind of like, I wouldn't call him an anti-hero, but he's a protagonist that is more of a villain. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it kind of works in a different way. Watch Big Bang Theory and Modern Family in your free time. I think after How I Met Your Mother, I'll probably watch another one of those sitcoms that I haven't seen. Who is that man in the Superman suit in your video? You're thinking about Dr. Simi right here. Look at this goat. Yeah, he's a mascot from a Mexican pharmacy, I believe. I think I'm getting that right. Yeah, my girlfriend picked him up from Mexico. It's actually a really nice box. He looks like the prospector from Toy Story, the fact that he's stuck in the box, but I didn't want to take him out because the box is so nice. And I was like, maybe he's like meant to be in the box. I don't know. It sounds mean doing that, like leaving him in the box like that, but he's a pretty cool dude. I don't know. Got the Superman suit on and everything. So I thought it made for a nice little background in the stream though. It's pretty nice. I also got this guy now. Look at this. Look at him. You're going to see him pop up in all of them now. It's Gizmo. The Gizmo. Big fan of Gremlins. That's my favorite Christmas movie, by the way. If you're going to ask me about Christmas, Gremlins. Gotta be Gremlins. Which, by the way, aren't they making a new one soon? I heard of something about a third Gremlins movie. I don't know. As long as they do it with practical effects, I'm on board. If they do a CGI freaking Mogwai and Gremlins, I'm out of there. Like, if I see a CGI Gremlin, I'm out of there. I mean, I guess if they could do it CGI, I just don't want it to be CGI. It worked so well in the original because of the practical effects. Slice of life stuff is like Friends, Modern Family. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Russos better lock in for Thor. Yeah, hopefully they give Thor some good stuff. He's going to be one of the main leads of the movie, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. Eternals is the worst movie in the saga. Not for me, but it's definitely not that great. I think Eternals deserves some credit because it is visually really good. Like it looks amazing as a movie. I just think the story is very all over the place and it's honestly not that entertaining of a movie. Like it kind of bores me a little bit, but I've only seen it once though, so I don't know. And I did actually do a reaction to Eternals. I haven't reacted to a lot of Marvel movies because I usually see them in theaters, but Eternals, Shang-Chi, and I think there's another one I did a reaction to on the channel. So if you want to see my reaction to those, they're up there somewhere. I did do a reaction to the entire X-Men franchise as well. A lot of people don't know that. Like there's a lot of movies I reacted to that I reacted to years ago. So, you know, I always try to let people know that, but they're older videos, I guess. I should start posting like Throwback Thursdays or something. Has anyone ever suggested you watch Hannibal, the NBC show? It's a crazy good show if you like Dexter, but it's more psychological with its methods. So I'm actually pretty much 100% gonna react to the Hannibal movie. Yeah, it's called Hannibal, right? Yeah, from 2001. 100% gonna react to that probably in the next, I might even watch it tomorrow, I don't know, maybe the next couple days. So that's gonna be up on Patreon soon, and then that's gonna probably go to YouTube within the next month, because it was one of the ones that was pretty high up in the polls. Shaun of the Dead is first. I'm uploading Shaun of the Dead first, and then I'm probably gonna get to that, and then Hostel. Actually, I already did Hostel, but I'm gonna probably edit that after this, or actually, I don't know, I don't know, it depends on the order, depends how I'm feeling, but yeah, when it comes to the TV show though, I honestly didn't even know a TV show existed for it, but I mean, I'm definitely open to it. I see it now. They did a lot with the Hannibal character. Wow, okay. Or I guess with the Silence of the Lambs stuff. It's crazy. Season 2 for Born Again seems way more promising. That's good. Yeah, I'm hoping, yeah, cohesive story. That's what I need. I feel like season 1 was all over the place. You can feel the reshoots in that season. It was kind of just like really messy. And honestly, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's like, it doesn't look bad. It's just not as visually interesting as the Netflix show. And people always say, well, stop comparing it. But it's like, bro, it's a follow-up though. If you do a follow-up to this really beloved show, make it like that show. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird to me to do this whole different direction. And what really irked me genuinely was I heard that the creators of the Daredevil Born Again show, at least some of the creators, not all of them, I think some of them actually were working on the Daredevil show, but I believe that some of them were told not to watch the Daredevil show. Like they were told not to if they haven't already seen it, because they don't want them to influence anything from that show. And this show, they want to do something completely new. But it's like you're not doing something completely new though. You're following up directly on stories from Daredevil season 3 with characters like Bullseye. You're literally following up on that. Why would you do something different? Like, you just basically make it a season 4, but that's not what it was. It felt more like a Daredevil, like, I don't know, like there's a bunch of different side plots, and they were good. There were some good side plots there, don't get me wrong, but it just was so messy. And then when they got to like the final 2 episodes, I was like, okay, this is pretty good now. Like, this is really solid. And I actually ended up enjoying a lot of the show. I think the stuff with Kingpin was fantastic that season. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like in a position where I feel like it was not what this season should have been for that show. But I didn't hate it. I thought it was like an 8 out of 10 season. I thought it was pretty good. It was just disappointing because I thought it was going to be a 10 out of 10. It was more like an 8 out of 10. So still good though. Still good. Okay. Watch Cobra Kai. What's up, Perka? That would definitely be a show I should add to my list for sure. I definitely heard good things about it. Oh, the music is still playing, right? Oh wait, is the music not playing anymore? Oh no, it is. I thought it wasn't playing anymore. Is the music good? Like, you guys don't have a problem with it? Because I can see the little like audio lines on my OBS to make sure that the audio is not too loud, but sometimes it doesn't matter. It ends up being real loud anyways. Okay. I've been watching The Walking Dead for the first time. I'm loving the show so far. 5 seasons in. Rick, Shane, Daryl, Glenn, Maggie, Herschel, Michonne, Dale, and Carol are my favorite characters. A solid list of favorite characters. Probably agree with you on pretty much all those, actually. Yeah, some of my favorites as well. Great show. A lot of people will tell you that they didn't like some of the later stuff, but I personally thought it was a pretty solid show all the way through. There's definitely some ups and downs though, but I love the whole ride, so I definitely think it's worth watching all the way through. When it comes to the spin-offs, you know, that depends. I don't some of them are good, some of them are not so good. It just kind of depends. What is the name of song you play in the background of your reaction videos when you're talking? Oh, like in the intro. I don't even know. It's like a Lofi song, I think. Yeah, I don't know what it's called exactly though. I don't know why I use the same one, to be honest, but let me look. I could probably tell you right now. I think it's called, or no, it's not called Lofi. I thought it was. Or like Lofi is the band, I think. Or not the band, but you know what I mean, like the artist. So it's called Jazz Type Beat, royalty free. Is that it? No, that's not it. No, I think it is Jazz Type Beat. It's called Bread. It's called Bread. I think that's the right one. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell without listening to it. What fictional character do you relate to the most? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Oh man. I feel like there's none that's gonna be like 100%, you know? Like, here's an example, right? Because I feel like Jesse Pinkman is one that I always think of, right? But it's not, but the reason I have to say not 100% because the drug aspect of him I don't relate to. But like, I'm talking like purely about how he, at least this is what I see as a character. He's the type of person who's very like avoidance of conflict. You know, he's always trying to like break things up between people, and he still cares, but he tries to do that a lot, especially in like season 5. So that I always thought of him. Definitely my favorite fictional characters because of that. But like, I can't say I relate to him 100% with everything though, obviously. So it's definitely an one I can't go fully in on. What other characters though can I think of? I also am thinking of him too because I took one of those I forget what website it was, but it was like fictional character test, which ones are you the most similar to or whatever, and it was like a bunch of characters it gives you, and he was one of them in the top like 100. But I don't remember who else was in that. I don't know. That's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. Like I always think of Friends too, because Friends was a show that I watched for the relatable humor, or not the relatable situations that were like clearly exaggerated. Like that's kind of part of the show, is it gives you these situations that anyone could be in, but it makes the characters go about it in such a wildly exaggerated way. But I feel like I could probably take an aspect from pretty much all those characters to relate to, other than maybe like Phoebe. I feel like I can't relate to her that much, but pretty much everyone else I feel like I could some aspect of them. But I don't think there's a specific one where I'm like 100% that character, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I can think of that one more if I have more time. I don't know if anyone, I mean, I don't think, no offense to everyone here, like as much as like I definitely show my personality on YouTube, I don't think anyone here knows me enough to like know exactly what character I'd be related to, but maybe my cadence is related to some character you can think of. I'm not sure, but I can't think of any others off the top of my head, but I'm sure with enough time I could. I don't know. Have you seen Requiem for a Dream? No, but I want to react to it because I've been told it's one of the most fucked up movies out there, and I need to know why. So I'm gonna watch it one of these days, but I don't know. One of these days, probably. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll do it in November. Well, screw it. We'll just do it in November. I'll tell you that right now. I'm gonna hold myself to that. We're gonna watch that in November. So if I don't, you can yell at me or something. I don't know. Okay. If you could be in a horror movie, what character would you be? And what franchise would you like to join? Well, to be honest, I don't want to be a part of any of them because a horror movie implies that you're going to die in it, right? But if I had to. Well, is this a question about like if you're an actor, what like movie do you want to be in, or do you mean like character do I want to be specifically? Because those are different questions. I mean, I feel like they're all pretty messed up and scary, but I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's one that you get like advantages in. You know, like there's some sort of reward for being in that franchise or something. I don't know. Well, one of those like, I can't think of one. I'm sorry. I don't think I'd want to be in one. You know what I mean? It's like that's just scary shit. Let me look. Let me look through. I mean, well, what if I'm in like a random movie, like, I don't know, some like slasher film, but I'm like one of the background characters that never gets attacked. I don't know. That's a tough one. But if we're talking like actor, like being a part of a franchise, I would love to like work on like a Nightmare on Elm Street type thing. I think that'd be fun. If they ever do it again, if they ever do. March is going to go crazy with Invincible and Daredevil season 2. Is Daredevil season 2 in March? Did they confirm that? I mean, I think they probably will, because season 1 was in March, right? But yeah, I'm excited for Invincible season 3 or season 4 for sure. It's your birthday again. Wasn't your birthday like last year? Thanks, Jessica. August 5th, 2000. Yeah, October 12th, 2000. Always hesitant to watch new movies from a series or solo films because I worry I won't care for it, although my favorite movie is Brothers, so maybe I should watch more. I love that movie too. A really good movie. I'm jealous you're wearing a hoodie. It's still in the low 90s here in Texas. Yeah, honestly, it's not like crazy cold right now, so honestly, like I don't think I should be wearing it. It's a little warm in here, but already wearing it, so it's too late. Yeah, I actually did a whole Godzilla like watch or like marathon, like, was it a year ago? It was about a year ago, and I'm not gonna lie, it was fun to do because it was like enriching, but it was also a little exhausting because like there's like 40 plus Godzilla movies, so you know, I did it for the sake of a Godzilla ranking video. So if you haven't seen that video, please go watch it, just to give me some credit, you know. You can just look up MovieFusion Godzilla ranking. Godzilla and King Kong. I did like all the movies. There was a few I had to leave off because there's a few movies that are physically not available in the country anymore. At least currently, or at least when I made that video, they might be right now, but I had to leave them off at the time because I physically could not get access to them. But yeah, they're like 40 plus movies. It was a crazy marathon that I did. And it was really cool though to see those type of movies. Just very different than anything I'm used to. A lot of them weren't great though, so it kind of was exhausting, but it was fun though. It was still fun at the same time. I'm glad I did it. But yeah, Godzilla 1954, the original, was fantastic though. It's definitely one of the best ones. Not my favorite though. There's other ones I like more. 12 Angry Men is one I want to watch. Yeah, that's one on my list for sure. Yeah, I'll probably do Nosferatu. The thing is, I did a horror movie poll and it didn't even get the top 5. It was on Patreon, but it didn't get the top 5. I don't think it got it right. I'm not gonna check it right now, but I don't think it got top 5. It might have gotten like top 6 or something like that. But the top 4 I did a poll on YouTube for, obviously. But regardless of that, I'll probably still do it anyways because, like I said, I know a lot of people have been asking for it, so I'm probably gonna do it anyways. I'm about to rewatch Trick or Treat with you here pretty soon. Oh yeah, I did do a reaction to it. Honestly, I kind of forgot I did a reaction to it for a second. That was a fun movie, but it had one of the nastiest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Still to this day, it gets me. I think I all know. You all know, if you've seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about, probably. I like Joker 2 until the ending. The ending ruined for me. Yeah, I could see that. It is one of those endings where it's like, it's a really big leap and it's not going to work for a lot of people. That's understandable. Have only just found out the Black Ops 7 multiplayer announcer is the same voice actor as Kyle Crane. Really? Oh my god. Joker 2 is better than Joker. Interesting. Audience turned on him like Lee. Joker is an ideology and guy who kills him is new Joker. Arthur being a 65-year-old man fighting Batman is ridiculous. Yeah, lol. So I don't think it's better than the first Joker personally, but I do completely agree with everything you said there. Like, it was an interesting commentary, I guess, because the idea of Harley turning on him was kind of like, she only really cared about him for him being Joker, right? So the idea of is he not Joker anymore, fans are going to turn on him too, like, and that's what happened. Like, literally people who watched the movie were like, this is not interesting anymore because he's not considering himself the Joker. It's so interesting that they did that. I thought it was, and so I thought I got something out of it, regardless of if it didn't work for a lot of people. But I thought it was honestly, like, sure, they could have done like a Bonnie and Clyde style movie where it's like Joker and Harley killing people for 2 hours, and I'm sure that would have been great. I probably would have loved that, but this is a bigger swing. And I think a lot of people got to keep in mind, what did the first movie get criticized for more than anything? And I'm sure Todd Phillips took the criticism to heart. It was a beloved movie, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the criticism was that it was derivative. A lot of people said this is like just such a safe, like, derivative movie, and I don't think that way personally. Yeah, they're definitely taking things from other projects, but I think movies do that all the time, and I think it's part of inspiration. It's not him copying, it's him taking inspiration from other movies he loves and saying, okay, I want to make something of my own out of that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that personally, because I think movies do that all the time. I think creators do that all the time, but he took some of that criticism to heart, so then he made a sequel that was very unique in my opinion. I thought it was very unique. It was very different, very out there. And yeah, it got a lot of hate anyway, so I don't know. Maybe he should have doubled down on his style and, like I said, just made like a Bonnie and Clyde movie. But I like what he did though. You know, it's interesting. Thank you, Brayden. I love doing them. How often do you go to the movie alone? Do you like it? I don't really get the stigma of having to go with someone. So I don't think I go that often alone, but I have before at least 10 times in my life for sure. But I don't usually do it. And it's not that I don't like it necessarily. Like, I don't mind it at all. Like, it's definitely enjoyable. Like, I've done it before. It's, you just sit there, watch a movie. Like, it's fun. But I think it's also a matter of, like, I enjoy the experience with other people more. Like, and I know, like, especially my girlfriend, we're going to want to watch these movies together anyways. And it's like, you know, if I watch it by myself, let's say she's busy or something, right? And I'm going to watch it myself. I'm going to probably want to see it again with her anyways. So, like, do I have to see the movie twice now? Why not just see it once with her, right? So why not just wait a little bit? So the only times I've seen movies alone is like, yeah, if she's really busy and it's a movie she's not really that interested in anyways, and it's like, okay, well, it's okay, because she'll come see a movie with me regardless, even if it's not something she's that interested in. Just if I'm interested in, that's enough, right? But if it's like she's also busy on top of it, it's like, yeah, well, you know, I'll go see it on my own. So that's happened a few times, or I'll find some other people to go with. Like, it's whatever. But seeing it alone is totally fine. Yeah, there's nothing like people say like, oh, they'll feel like people are watching them. I don't think I've ever gone to a movie and actually looked around and like focused on who was alone and who wasn't. Like that's just not something I do. Like I'm a pretty observant guy, like when it comes to like threats. Like I'll be like, you know, looking out for like a threat. Maybe I'll be like, oh, is someone gonna try to kill me? But I'm not thinking like, oh, this guy's alone, what a weenie. Like I'm not thinking that. And I'm hopefully most people aren't thinking that. So I don't think you should feel that way. I don't think anyone should feel that way going to a movie alone, because it's not because like the assumption shouldn't be, oh, this person has no friends to go with. It's the assumption should just be you just want to see the movie by yourself, or no one else could, or whatever. Not everyone's free to see a movie all the time. There's like a new movie every week. If you're someone who likes seeing movies every week, how the hell are you gonna find someone to go with every single week? That is not easy. That is not an easy task. It's hard. So yeah, I probably would go more often if I lived closer. If I lived like 2 minutes from a theater, I'd probably walk there every day, honestly, just go see something new. But I only really go if it's like a movie I want to like really need to see, you know. Thank you, Otakon. Am I saying that right? I hope so. I appreciate that. Yeah, CGI Gremlins would be terrible. I would not want to see that, so I'm definitely worried. But I feel like if you get the right creatives involved for that Gremlins movie, then it could be good. Do you think you'll watch the Ozark or the Glory? Ozark. You know, I feel like I've seen a couple episodes of that, but I don't remember any of it, to be honest. But I could react to that because I don't really remember the show enough. But I've definitely seen a couple episodes. You should watch Seinfeld and The Office, the two best sitcoms for me. Yeah, I haven't seen either of them, so maybe we'll react to those. Oh my goodness! We should. Damn, Evan! Oh my god! With the 100 bomb, holy! Oh my goodness! All right, gotta take a breather there for a sec. Happy birthday again, Dan. Wanted to give 125 for your 25th year, but YouTube's fixed prices had other plans. Yeah, I didn't know they had that, to be honest. Became a channel member recently. I don't need it since I Patreon, but wanted to support you more because you deserve it. Thanks for always keeping MovieFusion top tier. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the support you've given to the channel over the past few years. I really appreciate that. Oh, that was such a shock, though. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate that so much. I really do. All the donations are appreciated, and even just being in the streams appreciated, or even just watching the videos. You know what I always tell people? Watch my videos when you're going to sleep. It's the best time to watch them, and I'll tell you why. Because you fall asleep while you're watching them, and then you just keep watching them while you're sleeping without even actually watching them. You know? No, I'm kidding. You don't have to do that. I'm just saying. It's I always tell people that's the best way to support me. Just leave the video on while I'm sleeping, while you're sleeping or something. You don't actually have to do that. But I do that a lot, actually. I have to fall asleep to something. I can't sleep with dead silence. So I'll always put on a YouTube video. Okay. I'm gonna take off my sweatshirt, but I'm gonna do it off screen because if I do it on screen, something bad might happen. So. Yeah, it's a good thing I did that because my shirt came right off. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else can relate though. That always happens. Like so many times in school, it'll happen too. Like back when I was in like high school and stuff, or even in college. Like you just take off your sweatshirt, and the next thing you know, your shirt comes off with it, and you're like, "Shit, what are you gonna do?" Ugh. Are you gonna do a reaction to Hunger Games, Songbirds, and Snakes? That's how I discovered your channel via the Hunger Games saga. I will probably watch it in theaters. Just kind of depends on the circumstances. I know people were like, I had someone talk to me about this a couple weeks ago. They were like, I wish you didn't see so many movies in theaters. You should react to them. And like, I get that, but it's like, I love the theater experience. I just love it. So if it's a movie I'm really excited for, I'm probably just going to see in theaters. But there are some movies I'm going to save for reactions though. So who knows? Maybe if I just don't end up watching that one for whatever reason, I could just do a reaction to it instead. I'm not really sure for, you know, we'll see. But my plan is probably to see it in theaters. Have any movies made you cry? Oh yeah. On or off the channel, I mean. Yeah, there's at least 10-15 videos probably that have me crying, and there's one in Dexter that did that to me, which I'm not going to talk more about it, but I'm just yeah, but no, there's quite a few. You probably will come across them at least once or twice. I mean, I guess there hasn't been that many times, but it's definitely happened for sure. Game of Thrones happened a few times. If you want to really see me cry, The Walking Dead season 11 finale. Jesus, man, that was rough. I was having a rough day that time. Oh my god. But I'm not really like what's the word, like embarrassed about it. I'm like, whatever. Like, it's an honest reaction, and that's part of the idea of reactions, right? You're supposed to be honest about it, and so if that's the reaction you're gonna have, boom, there you go. I've had people claim certain reactions of mine were fake, and every time I'm like you can't fake that unless I'm like the craziest actor ever again, apparently. But you can't fake that tears like that. It's unless you're a good actor, you're not able to do that. I don't think I'm a good actor, so there's that. At least I don't think I am, but who knows? I never really tried, to be honest. I've tried like once maybe, but like not like far into it, so who knows. But no, even in the theaters, sometimes there's been times I screamed in the theaters. There was one, I think Scream 6 actually was a movie that I remember verbally yelling, like screaming during one scene, and I forgot I wasn't at home reacting to it. So I was like, I shouldn't be screaming in the theaters. I gotta hold that back. But it's nice reacting to it on the channel, because I can like let out those honest reactions just as much as I can. So it's nice to do that, because like I'm sure you guys have felt this way. You feel like you gotta scream watching something. You're not gonna scream wherever you are, but on the channel I do it. Just fuck it, why not? Enjoyed your Lion King reaction. Are there any Pixar films you haven't seen that you'd react to? Honestly, I've seen pretty much every Pixar movie except for the recent ones. I haven't seen Elemental, and I think one came out this year. Was it like Elio or something? I don't remember the name of it, but I've seen pretty much every other one. I did a whole Pixar movie ranking video a few years ago, so I did watch a bunch of them in preparation for that. And I already saw a bunch of them as a kid as well. But there are a lot of other animated movies that I haven't seen, especially like Disney animated movies. So definitely other ones I haven't seen that I could react to, but just not any Pixar ones really. Unless you guys want to see me react to the new Pixar movies, but I don't know how many people are interested in those. Not really sure. But I will say this. There are 2 animated films that I will be posting a reaction to soon. Don't know exactly when, but soon. K-pop Demon Hunters. I've reacted to that recently. I'm going to be posting that in the next few, hopefully the next few days, but could be weeks. I don't know for sure. It depends on the copyright stuff. That video is actually being edited by someone else. I do have an editor now that helps out with stuff, so that editor is editing that video. But it depends how the copyright goes. Hopefully it can get out sooner rather than later. And then also Spirited Away, I also reacted to, so I'm going to be posting that hopefully in the next month or 2, but I don't know. But they're both on Patreon right now if you wanted to watch those on Patreon, the full reaction. Have you thought about reacting to Succession? I've thought about it for sure. I haven't done it, but I've definitely thought about it. I think you should react to School Spirits. It's actually a really good series. School Spirits, I'm gonna look that up. Oh, it's got Peyton List in it. Fun fact, Peyton List was my first crush. I gotta say, the Diary Whippy Kid. I remember this so clearly. I was in 4th grade. And I had this like, what was it? It was my whole class. My whole class was like thirsting over her. Let's be honest. It was 4th grade, and oh no, what happened here? My thing crash? Hopefully you guys are still able to see me though. There we go. You guys are still there, right? You didn't like disappear. It's like my stream, it looked like it crashed on my end, but I think I don't know. If you guys are all good, it's no problem. But I thought, I don't know. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, Peyton List. Yeah, it was Diary Whippy Kid. Was the second one? Yeah, so I was in 4th grade at the time. So yeah, that was my first crush. Just saying. But yeah, no, it looks like an interesting show. Maybe I'll check it out. We are probably gonna watch Euphoria. Not that this, I mean, I'm not saying this looks like Euphoria, but that is a show I'm gonna watch soon, probably. Okay. Are you excited for Black Ops 7? Hell yes, I am. That's all on my other channel, though, of course. All on the MovieFusion channel. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing lots of videos on that for sure. And then what else did you say here? Also, Nosferatu, the 2024 version. You should react to that as well. Definitely gonna be doing that. I don't know if it's gonna be this month. I hope it's gonna be this month, but it just kind of depends if I have the time for it. Okay. Thank you, Ezel. Am I saying that name right? Ezel or Ezel? Let me know if I'm saying it right. But thank you so much. Been a supporter of yours for over 3 years. Love your channel. You definitely should check out the Oz series, The Wire, and 6 Feet Under, and True Blood. Oh, those are all shows that I've definitely heard of. So I would definitely like to check them out. They're definitely all my watch list for sure. Definitely. The head of Marvel TV said they're working closely with the Spider-Man Brand New Day team for cohesiveness, probably talking about Punisher, but you never know what else they could have planned. Oh, okay. As far as Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Yeah, I'm not really sure what connective tissue there'll be between those, but I mean, obviously we know the characters will be connected, but will more than that be connected? I don't know. Do you hate that Marvel spoiled the meaning behind the asterisk in Thunderbolts? Well, I guess they did that after the movie came out, right? I get what you're saying, because did they spoil it before? I don't remember if they spoiled it before. I know they spoiled it after the fact, though. They like revealed it in marketing. I definitely do agree they shouldn't have spoiled that, because it is like one of the biggest moments in the movie, and so I get why they were doing it. They wanted to get more people to watch the movie, and people are more likely to watch the movie if it's called, you know, if it's called what it ends up being called rather than Thunderbolts. But I don't know, man. I'm pissed off people didn't see that movie as much. It didn't make a lot of money. It's so good. Like, why wouldn't you go see it? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, everyone has their own choice. Maybe the marketing wasn't as good as it could have been, but it was a really good movie. What do you think about Peacemaker Season 2? To me, it was a downgrade from Season 1 because it felt more like a setup for the future of the DCU. Great question. When I was watching the show, I kept feeling like, I think this is going to be better than Season 1. And I was thinking individual episodes are better than Season 1 episodes. Like, Episode 7 is really good. Like, it was probably my favorite of the series. It's really solid. But looking back at it as a whole, I agree. I think it was a downgrade because Season 1 felt so much more in depth, I guess. Like, there was so much more going on, and it felt well paced because of that. Whereas Season 2 had this weird situation where I enjoyed a lot of the first 5 episodes, don't get me wrong, but those first 5 episodes felt like the progress was so slow. Like, it would go from, you know, Chris hanging out in the other dimension, and then it would go to the eagle killer guy, like trying to hunt down Eagle Leaf for 20 minutes, and then it would go to Argus trying to find Peacemaker. But it would be like 5 episodes straight of just that. And like Season 1 was much faster than that, so it was really slow in the beginning, and each episode was like 30 to 40 minutes, so it was not a lot of content, right? And then you get to Episode 6, things start ramping up. It's still a really short episode, but things were ramping up. And those last, you know, Episode 6 and 7 were like really solid. Like, it finally felt like huge progress in the story. And then Episode 8 releases, and looking back at it, like, I enjoyed the episode when I watched it. I did. You watched my reaction. I thought it was a decent episode, but I was thinking to myself, like, he hyped this up. Like, James Gunn hyped this up as like this crazy big episode, and it actually doesn't do a lot. Like, it's got good moments. It really does, but a lot of it was set up for Man of Tomorrow and whatever next show they do. I thought it was set up for Peacemaker Season 3, but then I heard it's actually not going to happen. So it's probably going to be some sort of Checkmate show or the Waller series, maybe. I heard that was in progress. So maybe that's what it's setting up for, but a whole episode, whole finale for setup doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Not that the whole episode was that. There was other stuff, but I don't know. It was definitely weird. And it was also really, like, there's so much happened in that finale, but it was so fast. It's like, why do you have 5 episodes straight of like not much progress to just end it on an episode that goes through like 5 episodes worth of content in one episode. I don't know, it's a weird paced season, definitely not as good as season 1, but I still enjoyed it as a whole. Like I would still give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe like a 7.5. I still had fun with it. I thought there was really good stuff there with Chris and Harcourt and Adebayo. Like I enjoy the show. It's a good show. So I'm not gonna say I hated it, but I thought it was a downgrade, you know. And actually, one other thing I want to mention about it. Look, I love James Gunn's humor. He's a funny guy. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the funniest movies, one of the funniest like non-R-rated movies. It's really, really funny. There's a lot of funny jokes in the Peacemaker show. Like I laugh a lot. You watch my reactions, I do laugh a lot. There's a couple of things that they just do too much with when it comes to humor. And a lot of it honestly was, and I hate to say it because he's a great character, Adrian. This season, they did a couple of scenes that lasted way too long with one of his bits. And look, the bits only work if they're actually really funny. That's the only time you should spend elongated time. Is that the right word to use? I don't know. On a bit is if it's actually really funny. But they'll spend like a whole minute on Adrian talking about like insect facts or something. And I'm like, look, like it's not like not funny. Like I had a couple of chuckles here or there, but it's not funny enough to warrant spending like 2 minutes on him just yapping about stuff that has zero purpose to the story. Like if it's comedy that is important to the story, then I think it's okay if it's not the funniest ever. But if it's comedy that has no purpose to the story or the characters or the progression of anything going on, you can't spend more than 3 minutes on it unless it's actually kind of funny, you know? And I feel like there's a couple times in this season where they did spend too much time on stuff that wasn't that funny. And I was like, okay, we get it. Like, and the bird facts, or not the bird facts, but it was like the insect facts or whatever, animal facts he kept doing. It was one of those bits that I didn't think was that funny. And it just felt like attempts at humor and like, what? Okay, like make it, if it's going to be like a thing we're going to spend a lot of time on, it needs to be funnier. But there was other things that they spent a lot of time on that I think was, Economos was the funniest character in this season. There's a couple of moments that are pretty long with him that I actually think is really funny. So I can give those scenes a pass for spending a long time on because they actually were really funny. But I don't know, Adrian's funny dude. It just, some of those scenes weren't funny enough to warrant all that. But besides the point. I've not seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's a musical? Well, I didn't know that. But I've not seen it. Definitely would like to watch it. Do you like Gremlins 1 or 2 more? Definitely like 1 more. I prefer the second for being an anti-sequel. Probably one of my favorite movies. RLM, it makes a good case for it. Who is RLM? I gotta look this up. Is that a person? I don't know. But yeah, so Gremlins, I prefer Gremlins 1. I like Gremlins 2 a lot, though. I think it's underrated. It is really funny. I agree. It's kind of like an anti-sequel. It's not really like, you know, it's not really like meant to be taken seriously, but it's funny and I enjoy it. Thank you, Chris Chat. I appreciate that. What movie let you down the most? Either Star Wars The Last Jedi or Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I feel like both of them let me down. I honestly, like, I defend those movies more than I thought I would because I do think there's a lot of good in them. Like, I really do. But I thought The Force Awakens was so good. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite Star Wars films. I know it's a hot take, but I really think that those movies didn't, you know, I don't know. I can give The Last Jedi credit because I do think it was really different. Because obviously The Force Awakens was, you know, very similar to other things they've already done in Star Wars, and a lot of people didn't like that. Last Jedi was more unique. I'll give it that. But I also think for what they were building up, I thought it wasn't a good direction to go with the story or the characters. But at least they went a direction, sure, right? But my problem with The Rise of Skywalker is it just does a complete 180 again and says, you know what, everything we did in The Last Jedi, screw that, let's do our own thing. And then it ends up being even worse. It's like, I don't know. I like, again, I defend the sequels sometimes because there's elements I enjoy a lot. I like Kylo Ren. I like Rey. I do. I genuinely do. But a lot of it is more of the performances and stuff. And there's moments, I don't know, the characters are kind of messy. But the whole situation is like trying to overcorrect something and then trying to overcorrect the overcorrection. That's what it feels like. You know, it's like, I'm trying to think of an analogy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy. It's like if you mess something up and then you make it worse by like trying to fix it. You know, you ever do that before? I don't know. But that's kind of what it feels like. And it's like, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and so those movies, yeah, they disappointed me. Can't really think of anything else that disappointed me more than that. Why do you like Hillbilly Trashoween 2? Oh, you are not disrespecting Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Get out of here. No, that is a very odd movie. Like, I can't even like defend it too much, but I still like it a lot though. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't hate a lot of the Halloween movies though, to be honest. I feel like there's a few of them I think are really bad, but I'm a defender of the Rob Zombie ones. I am. Till the day I die. Thank you, Lola. I appreciate that. You don't watch ASMR? I mean, honestly, some of the videos I watch could be probably classed as that. No, I watch I watch reactions. I mean, it'd be weird if I had a reaction channel I didn't also watch reactions. I feel like, you know, usually you also watch the content you make. That's at least the way it works for me, right? Like, I don't think I would enjoy making content that I wouldn't watch myself. So I do watch reactions. Sometimes I'll leave a reaction on while I'm sleeping or whatever, and depends on the show or the movie or whatever. But, you know, like Real Rejects are one of my favorite channels for that. They're definitely entertaining. And Blind Wave as well, they're great. And I also watch a lot of Call of Duty videos, like just people playing Call of Duty, just, you know, whatever it may be. This all, you know, that's stuff I watch. It kind of makes sense, but I would say that some of them can be classed as ASMR because sometimes just the way certain channels like do their, what's the word, like their mic, the way the mic works, it just sounds calm, peaceful. I don't know, it's just kind of like the sound of it, you know, if you have a calming voice, I guess. And sometimes certain channels are better at that than others, and all depends on how you get the frequencies right in the microphone. And I hope I'm doing a good job with that. I don't think I am, but maybe I am, who knows. A Joker and Harley kill spree wouldn't really fit with the first, in my opinion. In real life, people like Arthur suffer consequences and are only badass in their mind. Yeah, that's why I like the second movie a lot. I think it just made more sense for what the movie was trying to do. But what I've been against, not necessarily a kill spree movie, but like something where they end up killing a few people involved. You know, I don't know. Either way, I would have liked it, I think, but it just depends on how it's executed more than anything. Oh God, no. Yeah, no. If you leave a video on, you will dream about it. The creepiest dream I had, I watch Friends a lot, obviously. I talk about it all the time, but I was watching Friends, fell asleep while watching it, right? And I remember my dream was me in a Friends episode, and it was so freaking weird. It was like I was talking to Rachel, I was talking to Ross, and next it was like the characters were saying the exact lines from the show, and I was just there. And I was dreaming though. And I remember waking up mid-episode, and it was like, what the it was just so weird. I don't know. But yeah, that does happen. That does happen. And it is a weird feeling, but it can happen. That's all I'm saying. Just want to come by and say goodnight because I got school tomorrow. Happy late birthday. Fun fact, you share the same birthday with Josh Hutcherson and Hugh Jackman. I knew the Josh Hutcherson one, but I did not know the Hugh Jackman one. That is really cool. I've been watching your Wednesday videos on repeat every time they drop on YouTube since you're already done with season 2 on Patreon. Can I ask what is your overall thoughts were for season 2 and the show as a whole? I loved season 2. So here's my overall thoughts on season 2. The first half of season 2 I thought was good, but not like incredible or anything. I thought it was pretty good. Second half of season 2, so good. Like, really loved it. I loved everything they did with the story, the characters, I don't want to get into specifics because of spoilers, obviously, but I really loved it. So I'll say that I think I prefer it over season 1 because of the second half of season 2, which, so like I said, I'm getting those on YouTube soon. I'll be uploading them in the next few weeks. But yeah, especially like episode 6 and episode 8 were really, really good. I really, really enjoyed them. I didn't think I'd like that show. I'm going to be honest. Like I said this in my reaction, the recent one, or I said in episode 8 reaction, I think, but I said, I didn't think I'd like this show. Genuinely, I thought when I first loaded up Wednesday, I was like, this is gonna be one of those shows that I'm just not interested in. I thought it was gonna be one of those like kind of cringy shows. It just kind of makes me like, yeah, I'm not interested. Generally felt that way. And I'll admit I was very wrong. Now I will say there's a couple of lines of dialogue in like the first season that I was like, could have gone without that dialogue. But as a whole, it's actually really damn good. Like the show is, I love the aesthetic of it. That's one main thing. It's just it's Tim Burton. That's his show, right? So it's very Tim Burton, and I love that. And I didn't think I'd get so interested in the Wednesday and the Addams Family characters, but I did. There's a really good show. Reminds me of Goosebumps, you know, and I'm a big fan of Goosebumps. Anything that's in the similar vein to Goosebumps, I'm on board with, but it's more adult. And that's what I didn't know. I didn't know the show was going to be more, I don't say it's fully adult, but it is more adult. I thought it was more of a kid's show. I really did. I thought it was going to be like family friendly. They show people dying all the time in that damn show. They show all sorts of blood and guts in that show. It's not like hard. It's not like really far with the gore, but it's definitely more than I thought. I thought it was going to be like kid friendly, but it's really not. But I appreciated that. Will you watch Toy Story 5? Hell yes. Still think it's a weird movie to make, but if they can do something interesting with it, go for it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Toy Story 4 was a little... Oh, that's, you know... We were talking about what's a movie that underwhelmed me or disappointed me. Toy Story 4 was one of those. I thought the Toy Story 4 was really disappointing. And it's weird because I actually really like the Woody side of it. Like how they ended his character there was actually pretty good. It was everything else surrounding that. It feels like it was a movie that shouldn't have been called Toy Story 4. It should have been called Woody. Which doesn't sound like a very good name for a movie, but it was the Woody movie. It was not a Toy Story 4. And so I felt like every other movie did a pretty good job of incorporating all the toys and having like their own little storylines. Whereas Toy Story 4 was just really about Woody. And obviously, you know, Bo Peep. But I don't know. Just thought Toy Story 4 was a little disappointing. Would you ever do anime reactions? Attack on Titan reactions will blow up. I would love to, but I'm always so worried about copyright because I've been hearing nightmares about those shows just being really tough with copyright. But I want to though, so I'll tell you this: I probably will, but not right now though. Probably will though. You need to watch Martyrs. I've heard about it. Is that like a really messed up movie? I think it is. Do you have Instagram? No, not one that's like for the channel. No. No public ones. If there was one Walking Dead character you could bring back to life, who would it be? And what was your least favorite Walking Dead plot? All right. So for this question, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen season 9 of The Walking Dead. Spoilers. Okay. I gave you a second. You could skip like a couple seconds or a couple like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Either Tara or Henry. They were both characters that died on the Pikes in season 9. And it's a weird choice because you would think I would choose like a popular character like Glenn, Carl, whatever. But the reason I go with them is because Glenn and Carl, I felt like their deaths meant something really important to the show and felt purposeful. Even though I wish Carl did live, I get why they did it. Glenn, I think, needed to happen. And I like how it happened. Love the character. Was devastated it happened, but it's one of those things where it's like it's still really well written and it's one of the best episodes of television because of that. So I'm not gonna say I wish he didn't die. It's obviously a fictional character, so well, I wouldn't wish death upon a real person, but I'm saying it's a fictional character, so I think it worked for the scene, everything like that, right? But Tara and Henry were two characters that I think actually hurt the story by taking them out pretty substantially. Tara had no importance to the story, or her death had no importance to the story, and no reason for her to get killed off. It was so pointless, and she was a character that had a lot of potential, and they just killed her off. It was ridiculous. Henry made no sense to me because he's a character that, yes, his death made it did a lot for the story, especially for Carol's character, but like, dude, you literally just killed off Carl last season. This was meant to be the new Carl. He was built up as that, and you're going to kill him off too? And look, one of my favorite parts of the comics is Carl and Lydia in the Whisper War. I love that stuff so much. And I thought we're gonna get that with Henry and Lydia, and I was actually really excited for it. And they throw it away. It would have been so good, but whatever. Man, season 10 was my least favorite. Not my least favorite, but like the most disappointing season of The Walking Dead for sure. And then for favorite plotline or least favorite plotline, freaking Daryl and Carol finding a rat in season 10, episode 21. They were just looking for a rat the whole episodes. I know that's not what you mean by plot though. You're thinking of like a story arc, like a longer arc. Probably either the hospital arc in season 5 or some of the Oceanside stuff I didn't love because it felt like it was underdeveloped. I don't know. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick though. I'll give you a better answer when I come back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick and fill up my water. And yeah, give me like maybe 30 seconds. I'll be as fast as I can. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was longer than 30 seconds. I didn't think it would be in 30 seconds, to be honest. I really didn't think it would be. And it wasn't. Okay. I was actually gonna end the stream because I had to go to the bathroom so bad. I was like, bro, I should just end the stream. But I was like, no, I got so many more things I want to read. I love doing this. But we'll probably go for another 20 to 30 minutes, maybe a little less than that. We'll try to get through as many more questions as we can. And then we'll call it a night because then I have to start rendering the Dexter reactions, and I'll probably play Battlefield 6 while that's going on because I want to play more Battlefield 6. I was having fun with that. Okay. I actually cried on 911 season 8 episode 16. I'm actually an emotional kid. I cannot hold back my tear. I just had to let it out. I've heard about that show. I feel like I've seen a lot of clips from it just like randomly online, but never actually watched like throughout full episodes though. You have to react to Divergent, all 3 movies in the series. It's really good. First Divergent, second Insurgent, and third Allegiant. Very soon you should add it to your list. I actually think I will do those because I really enjoyed the Hunger Games series. I really enjoyed the Maze Runner series, and I'm pretty sure Divergent is in a similar like genre, right? Kind of like the dystopian movies. I don't know much about it beyond that though, so I definitely should watch them though. Why haven't you streamed on your gaming channel that much the past few weeks, bruh? Yeah, I know. For a second, I thought you were gonna say past few days, and I was gonna be like, shit, man, I don't know. But then past few weeks, oh my goodness, probably the most I've streamed on that channel the past few weeks. But yeah, I don't know. I was actually gonna stream today because they actually added something to Black Ops 6, but I don't know. Decided not to. Decided to do this instead. Would you ever watch Doctor Who? Yeah, but I don't know if I will, just because isn't there like a lot of it, and I don't even know like how we'd get through all of it, because like I feel like shows like that are hard to react to, because it's like, from what I've heard, again, I don't know for sure, but I've heard that there's a lot of good stuff, there's like incredible, and there's a lot of not so good stuff. So it's like, I'm not gonna pick and choose the good stuff to watch and just watch that, right? So it's like, how do you even watch that then? I don't know. I feel like it's one of those shows I'd like to watch someday, but it might be one I do on my own. But if people want to see me react to it, maybe I will. I don't know. Thunderbolts, Superman, or Fantastic Four? I think I want to say Fantastic Four was my favorite, but I think maybe even Thunderbolts. They were all really good. They were all 9 out of 10 movies for me. Like, they're all really solid, but I don't know. Superman was definitely my least favorite out of all of them. Surprisingly, I didn't think that would happen, but I think I preferred Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. Elongated. I don't even know what that word means. I just got a Cars for Kids ad. Oh no, those ads would probably not be on this channel. This is not a for kids channel. This. Wait, is Cars for Kids not actually for kids though, right? What is Cars for Kids? I feel like I used to hear that all the time. Cars for Kids. It's like a non-profit thing. Oh, it's not like I guess it technically is for kids. It's a car donation thing. Okay. Yeah, all right. Interesting. Thank you, Joey. How can you hate things being over-explained and then have Eugene on your top 5 Walking Dead characters? What video did you watch where I had Eugene in my top 5 Walking Dead characters? No, it must have been an alternate version of me or something. What's your favorite birthday ever? This one. No, actually, I don't know. Probably this one. I had a good birthday. I enjoyed it. But, it's hard to say because I feel like I don't remember every single one of them. Like, ever, I had a good one this year. It was really good. Avoid Lex Luthor from the new Superman movie or Galactus from Fantastic Four First Steps. As in best villain? Oh, then I'd go with Lex Luthor. Definitely Lex Luthor. I mean, that's kind of a given, you know what I mean? Like, he's got all the personality and everything, and look, the Sentry was great. I know, like, that's what you mean by the Void. Sentry was great, but he's obviously not really like a full villain. The Void is the villain, really, but I feel like Lex Luthor is more interesting. And Galactus is a great threat, but not as interesting as a villain either. So Lex Luthor is going to take that for sure. And Nicholas Holt did a great job. Non-movie related, how do you decide when you're going to get a short haircut? Looks good, by the way. Thank you. I don't really know. Honestly, half the time it's someone telling me my hair's getting too long. No, usually if it starts getting to a point where it's like kind of difficult to maintain, as in like when I wake up in the morning, it's like all over my face and it looks bad in videos all the time. That's when I decide, all right, I gotta cut it. Oh my goodness, this happened again. What is going on with YouTube? This actually happens really often. I just kind of have to like roll with it, but it's usually not a problem because usually I'm not relying on the pop-up chat, but I am now. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Stay here. Boom. Boom, there we go. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Don't know why it happened, but it did. But yeah, I just decided to get a short haircut when I feel like it's just getting too much. Have you ever watched your own video in your own time? Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes I think I'm a little, maybe I have something wrong with me. I enjoy watching my own videos. Like, I'm not kidding. Now, okay. Important distinction though. I won't watch it if it's a recent video. And the reason why is I feel like if I watch a recent video and I notice a mistake, or I notice something that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't, like that was kind of a wrong way to say that, then I get so like in my head about it. I'm like, oh my God. But if it happened like a year ago, I'm like, oh, I don't care. It was a year ago. Like if I made a mistake in a video a year ago, it's whatever. Like there's been times where I like accidentally like edit something wrong. So it's like a black screen for like 2 seconds, and it's like if that happened in a recent video, I would be freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, people are still watching this. But if it's a year ago video, no one's watching it anymore. It doesn't matter, right? So that's why I prefer to watch older videos, and it's nostalgic. I like watching old videos for nostalgia. I do that all the time. I'll watch my like old Call of Duty videos from like whenever. I'll watch my old reactions. It's just fun to do. But I don't know, I don't like always do it, but it's fun. Disney Man Love Judy, thank you so much for the $20 donation. Holy, I appreciate that. Honestly, season 10 of The Walking Dead is the most mid, both good and bad. Also, season 3 of Daryl is actually surprisingly great. Thank you so much for the donation. And yeah, I agree. Like season 10 of The Walking Dead has a lot of good stuff. Like there's a couple of Whisperer battles that are really good, but I thought it was so disappointing because the Whisperer War is like amazing in the comics. Like if you haven't read the comics, let me tell you right now, the Whisperer War is the best part of the comics by far. There's not a better part in the comics than the Whisperer War, which is why it was so hyped up. And I feel like the show just, I don't want to say butchered it, because there was good stuff that they did, sure, but as a whole, I wasn't a fan. It felt like there wasn't enough battles. There was a few battles in the comics that the show didn't do. Like, I mean, the field battle is a great example. There's this amazing scene. There's a whole battle. It's long field, and they go through the horde in the walker masks and like take them out one by one. They try to do a smaller version of that in season 10 episode 16, and I thought it was not nearly as cool as it was in the comics. Such a cool scene. And there's also this Negan versus Beta fight that was so good, and the show didn't even bother. They did it for like 2 seconds, and it was such a waste. The comics also had more depth, especially with Carl still being there. I love that stuff. I just felt like the show didn't handle it well enough. And it made the Whispers not as scary either. I felt like the Whispers were kind of weak in season 10. They were terrifying in season 9. Season 10 comes around. I kid you not, I looked back at it. There is not a single character, I don't even think on screen, but definitely not even a main character, but maybe not even side characters, that's directly killed by a Whisper in season 10, except for Alpha, Beta. Like those are the only ones that actually kill people. Alpha, Beta, and I think Dante. But like no one else kills the regular Whispers. You never see them like kill anyone. Season 9 they did. Season 10, nope. They're so weak. They do nothing. They're fodder. And look, they're not supposed to be these strong characters necessarily, but they're supposed to be at least somewhat terrifying, and I feel like season 10 kind of lost that. So I don't know. Side tangent. But yeah, I agree. Season 3 Daryl is actually pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. I am a little burnt out on the sequel spinoffs though. Like I feel like although I'm enjoying season 3 of Daryl Dixon, I can't help but feel like I just want him to reunite with Rick already. That's all I care about now. That's like, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, just hurry up. Let's get the reunion going. But it's still really good though. It is. Okay. Thank you so much for that donation. What's your opinion on the horror genre? I don't see much of it on your Patreon. Happy birthday, by the way. We're doing a lot more horror recently. I think horror is one of my favorite genres, and I definitely react to a lot of it. I think the reason I don't react to a lot of it anymore is because I've seen all the popular ones now. Like I feel like I've seen so many horror films at this point. But there's still a lot more I haven't seen, so we're definitely still doing more. I recently reacted to a couple on Patreon. We recently did a Hostel. Shaun of the Dead's not really, it's more of a comedy, but yeah, it's in the same realm, I guess. We're gonna do Hannibal soon, which I guess is also, I don't know, I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it's more of a psychological thriller more than it is a horror movie, but I don't really know for sure. And definitely have more planned as well. But yeah, no, I love the horror genre. I think it's one that I'm glad gets so much attention nowadays, more than it used to. Like people talk about it way more nowadays than they did before. There's a lot of good horror movies that have been coming out the past few years, I feel like. I mean, Final Destination was really good this year. That the new one I thought was really underrated. I'm really excited for Black Phone 2. I'm just ridiculously excited for that. Sinners is technically horror. That was really good. So they're doing great with it, and I'm glad that like horror is getting a better name for itself in the way that it's like there's bigger budget horror movies nowadays. There's a lot of big name directors who want to make a horror film. I feel like 20 years ago that really wasn't the case. So it's cool to see it for sure. Favorite Call of Duty campaign in recent years? Infinite Warfare, if you count that. Actually, I mean, it's 9 years ago, but that's my favorite campaign ever made for COD, actually. I am excited for the new Game of Thrones show, yes. Favorite reaction channel you watch? Real Rejects, Blind Wave, Cinepals, pretty good too. I don't really watch them that much, but I have seen a couple of them. Who else? There's definitely others I just can't think of off the top of my head. I don't know. It depends. I don't really like use except for those channels. I don't usually choose them based on like the channel. I choose it based on what's being watched. Like I'll always watch a Walking Dead reaction channel no matter what. Like I'm probably not going to watch all their reactions, but I'm going to watch their Walking Dead reactions. And then when it comes to like, you know, Kick-Ass, I love watching Kick-Ass reactions. It's one of my favorite movies to watch a reaction to. So whenever I see a Kick-Ass reaction come up my feed, always going to watch it. Disney Man Love Judy, thank you for another $10 donation, or I guess another donation to this one of $10. What zombie apocalypse do you think is far more dangerous? Cordyceps from The Last of Us or the Rager virus from 28 Days Later? Honestly, after watching 28 Years Later, I want to say it might be the Rager virus, but no, it's probably the Cordyceps though, because there's like a lot of special zombies in that universe. You have like the boomer guys, the big dudes, like the explosive ones. Like those ones are pretty crazy. Or not, they're not really explosive, but they're just big and freaking insane. And they're like they run in hordes. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd go with the Cordyceps probably. Yeah. Have you watched Taxi Driver? Yes, it's there's a reaction to it on the channel, so just look up MovieFusion Taxi Driver. It should come up. Can't believe you didn't say Hocus Pocus for Halloween movies. Never seen it. Never seen it. Did Tara even do anything post season 4? I mean, I think I like their story with Denise. You know, I don't know, she's an underrated character. I wish they did more with her though. I do. You look like you had a crush on Lydia. You got me. You got me. You know, you know what pissed me off, and I still think about this to this day. I remember saying that. I think it was like, I don't want to know. I was like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. It was 2020, 2019, whenever she joined the show, right? I think I remember mentioning on a stream like randomly. I was like, I think I mentioned that like. I thought she was attractive or whatever. I mentioned that on that stream, and someone called me a pedophile for that. She's older than me, bro. What are you talking about? I was like, what? I don't know. I think it's because she's obviously meant to be a child on the show. She's like, what, like 17 on the show, maybe 18 or whatever. But the actress herself, she's literally older than me. And at the time I was mentioning, you know, her joining the show or whatever, she was older than me. I was like, bro, like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? I don't know, whatever. Just wanted to mention that randomly. But yeah, she's a great character on the show. And yes. Just wanted to say that. Interesting story. The Walking Dead went off the rails after Rick's departure. Now, a lot of people think that. I thought there was good moments and bad moments. To me, it's more of a roller coaster than anything, you know? I need you to watch the 90s Addams Family movies. I probably will. I don't know. If you don't go through the hassle of editing, feel free to send the unedited to me, please. I mean, look, I probably will watch them, but we'll see if it's for a reaction or not. We'll see. I hope so. Why are you going to the bathroom if you have an empty bottle? That's a good point. It's a good point. I should do that. I should keep an empty bottle with me at all times. Are you planning to watch, react to any more Michael Mann movies? You would love Collateral. Oh, definitely, because his movies are, I've heard they're really good. I mean, obviously I haven't seen many of them at this point. I've seen only one, right? I don't think I've seen more than that. Actually, I forget if I've seen another one that I'm not thinking of. Obviously, the one that I did see is one that I'm going to be posting to my channel soon, and that's, of course, Heat. Well, I don't know about soon. I'm gonna post it probably in the next month or two. I'll have to edit it first, of course. Yeah, no, I haven't seen any of his other movies, but I definitely will. Oh no, I have seen The Last of the Mohicans. I've seen that. The other ones I haven't though. But I definitely will watch them eventually. Where's Twilight? Oh, I know I want to do Twilight. I know it's just so hard to find the time. I really want to though. I want an Edward Cullen cosplay. Do I look like him? I don't know. Someone said I kind of look like Robert Pattinson. I don't see it, but you know, I ain't complaining about that comparison. I ain't complaining. I recommend the vampire TV show The Strain. I haven't heard of it. Definitely will add that to my watch list. Thoughts on the Black Ops 3 campaign? Hated it first, but then came around to appreciating how much of a unique story it was and how much of a mindfuck it really was. I think it's underrated. It is. It's one of my least favorite campaigns, but it is underrated because of how unique it is and how out there it is. It's just not that well executed though, in my opinion. So thank you, Jumpin' Justin. Yeah, a lot of October birthdays. I agree. You should add Channing Tatum's new movie Roof Man to your watch list. It's based on a true story. Saw it in theaters on Saturday. Definitely my top 10 films of the year. You know what? I will. I think I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it whatsoever. Like, I genuinely don't know what it's about, but that's a good thing sometimes, going into a movie without knowing anything about it. I will add it. Probably not going to see in theaters, but when it comes out online, I'm sure I'll check it out. Please react to the Human Centipede movies. I have seen, I think, parts of one of them. I don't know if I watched the full movie. I don't remember, but I don't know, man. I don't know. How excited are you for Stranger Things season 5? The most excited I am for any show this year, so very excited. No one's asked you about Lost yet this stream, so I'm gonna bring it up. I mean, it's a show I would love to react to. I think that's a show I'm saving for, like, because I honestly do want to watch it on the channel with my girlfriend. The reason I'm saying that is because I have I do know a little bit about the show. Like, I've seen a couple of episodes. I've mentioned this before, but like, I didn't directly watch the show, but I was in the same room when my family was watching it when I was a kid. I'm talking like the show came out when I was like 9, so I was like sitting there like playing with like Legos or something while they were watching it. So like, I definitely remember some scenes. I remember characters. So like, it wouldn't be a 100% blind reaction, but it would be mostly blind because I don't remember most of it. I don't know any of the details really. I know some of the character names and stuff, and that's something I know, but most of it I don't. But I think having her there would be good because she knows literally zero about it, so it would be nice for that. But that's something I would like to save for the future then, because obviously right now we don't have the time to do that. Like, that's just, it'd be too difficult to be reacting to like 20 episodes a season in that show, right? So it's just, it would take a lot. So definitely not gonna do it right now, but definitely would like to. What's up, Clippy? Thank you so much. Are you excited for Fallout Season 2? I totally forgot that comes out this year, but yes, I'm very excited for that. Completely forgot about that. Do you ever watch your old reactions and miss your goatee? I don't know. I don't think I do miss it. Thank you, Valentino. The Walking Dead's combo of low budget and high episode count probably hurt it a lot. Yeah, so it always frustrates me that I keep seeing people, and that it doesn't actually frustrate me, but it's like I keep hearing people like criticizing shows nowadays for not having enough episodes. They're always like, oh, why do no shows nowadays have more than 8 episodes? Why are they all so short? And it's like, I get what they're saying, but like, the reason because of that is because everyone complained about The Walking Dead. Like, The Walking Dead got blasted for having so many episodes, and I think it definitely led to people stopping watching the show. There was too many episodes, like you couldn't keep up with it. The show has like 177 episodes plus all the spin-offs now. It's overkill to a lot of people, and because the budget isn't high enough to warrant it, and get spread thin between the episodes, you end up with episodes that are kind of not much going on. And so look, I love the show to death, but yeah, I could have used some cuts here or there when it comes to the episode count. So you didn't need 16 episodes per season. So look, some shows I think should be more episodes for sure, but also like Stranger Things, for example, totally fine the way it is. Like, it does not need to be more than 8 episodes. That's totally fine. So like, I only thought of it because I saw a tweet today where someone was like, I'm sick and tired of shows taking 3 years to come out. they were talking about Stranger Things. Sick and tired of shows taking 2 to 3 years to come out with a new season, and there's only eight episodes. And it's like, yeah, but it's Stranger Things though. It's really high budget, movie length episodes basically. Like, I think it's worth the wait. I don't know. I think people also forget we had a pandemic and the writers and actors strikes. Like, there's lots of things that caused them to delay that show. I'm sure Stranger Things season 5 would have been done by now if none of those things happened. But it's just things happen. You can't do much about it. So definitely excited for it though. But yeah, Walking Dead would have been probably benefited from having less episodes though. People always compared it to Stranger Things, or no, Stranger Things, Game of Thrones. They're always saying Game of Thrones had 10 episodes a season and they handled the budget better. Yeah, I agree with that. Even though I like The Walking Dead more, I agree with it. Clippy, thank you so much for the $1 donation. I appreciate that. Thank you for checking out the stream as well. Glad to see the Faculty on there on your watch list. You should also add Urban Legend. I could do that. Not sure if somebody says already, but what are your thoughts on a potential first look at Avengers Doomsday during the release of Avatar Fire and Ash? They better release that first look online beforehand as well, though, like, or on the same day at least, because I hate when things do that. They did it for Avatar, right? So Avatar Fire and Ash itself, I think the first trailer released, was it during Fantastic Four? I forget. But they released it in theaters, and I remember seeing like the trailer pop up. I had to close my ears and my eyes like this because I wanted a genuine reaction to it. So I like closed my ears and eyes because I wanted to react to it on the channel when the trailer eventually came out. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing with Avengers Doomsday if that happens, because I like reacting to these things. It's more fun to do that. So I don't want the first look to be like only there. I hope they show it, beforehand and then also show it there, or like whatever. We'll see. Widrofra. Please tell me I'm saying that right. Widrofra. If I'm not, please let me know in the comments. I really recommend Peter Jackson's The Frighteners 1996 with Michael J. Fox. Great film for Halloween season, and happy birthday. Thank you so much for the nice comment, and thank you so much for the donation as well. Widrofra. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I just want to make sure I'm like I know what the currency is, because I feel bad not like knowing right away. Oh, that's pesos, right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. I always need to look it up just to be sure, because I feel like it's like, I'm not gonna know right away. I don't know the currencies off the top of my head, so I feel like I need to look up to like, make sure I'm being, what's the word, cognizant of the people who are donating to me, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I actually get it's nice to see that though. I'm really happy that there's so many people around the world that watch my content, because like I'll see all sorts of currencies and I'm always like, this is so cool to see that people from other places watching me. Well, does Lydia know you have a girlfriend? Hey, but you know what, I didn't in 2020 when I said that, so that's different. Have you seen Sleepaway Camp? No, but I really, 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 really want to, though. It's one I've been wanting to watch, and I just haven't thought of it. The Media Nights with Ari and Denise's great channel as well, if you haven't watched them. I feel like I probably have at least seen one of their videos, but I don't know off the top of my head, though. Not sure. Watching from Brazil, thank you so much. What's your opinion on seasons 1 through 10 of The Walking Dead being filmed on a 16mm lens as opposed to a 32mm one? Do you like the gritty look, or can you find it distracting? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like the look of the show changed. It was right after season 10, episode 16. I didn't really know. I didn't know it was the 16mm lens as opposed to 32mm. I always thought it was just they went from film to digital, but you're probably right on that. I don't really know the specifics. I don't know much about cameras. But I don't know. I always thought I didn't like the film grain aspect of the show, but looking back at it, I think it actually did work better for the show. It was kind of like the show's identity. So I do think season 11 didn't feel the same because of that. And like, especially when it comes to like the CGI gore just looked better when it was the old look. It would look less distracting. So I actually can kind of agree. But I don't know. I still enjoyed season 11. I don't have like an issue with it. But I think season 10 or season 1 through 10 did look better. But again, it just fit the show better the way it looked, I'm going to see Halloween 2 in Halloween 2 in theaters on Thursday. I know it's one of your favorites. You look like Henry, not gonna lie. Really? Maybe. I don't know. Do you believe you could survive in the Walking Dead universe? I'd probably die of like hunger or something. It would be something that it wouldn't be against zombies. It'd be against something like a sickness and you just couldn't survive the sickness, or you ran out of food or something. I don't know. But I try my best. I know you've seen Breaking Bad, but have you seen Better Call Saul? So I talked about this before. I've seen the first 4 seasons, have not seen 5 and 6 yet, but I might do reactions to them. Might. Will you react to the Lord of the Rings trilogy? I already have. Every Lord of the Rings trilogy is on the channel, but I have not seen the Rings of Power though. I did just recently react to The Hobbit on my Patreon. All 3 of those movies. I'm gonna be uploading those hopefully in the next couple months. I don't know. I gotta get to that eventually. Those are long movies, so they're gonna take a while to edit because I watched the extended editions. So yeah, we'll get to that. Expectations for House of Dragon season 3. It's going to start off with a big battle, right? Because they were getting ready for one in season 2, but I hope it's, you know, better than season 2. Season 2 was really good. I like season 2 a lot. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was really good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where things go from here on out. I don't know, like, it's hard to predict because I have no clue. I know a lot of people do know because they read the books and stuff, but I got no clue. I just know it's going to start with a big battle on the sea. Yeah, no, Lost is going to be fun to watch for sure. I really want to, like, really do. I actually have seen Shameless. I have not finished the show, and I probably don't intend to be honest. It's a good show. It's just, I don't know if I really care to finish it. I think I've seen the first 7 seasons, and then I think there's a couple other seasons left after that, right? But I did watch that. Not on the channel. It was on my own years. I watched it like 6-7 years ago, probably. It was a long time ago. Yeah, everyone tells me I look like Jeremiah. Yeah. Where you at on Dexter? We're at season 5, episode 6 on Patreon. Oh no, episode 4 on Patreon. I just watched 5 and 6 today though, so I'm gonna be posting those in the next few days. But on YouTube, we just posted the season 3 finale. I also feel like the big reason a lot of shows are only 8 to 10 episodes is mostly due to their budgets, considering Game of Thrones with 10 episodes every year. I'm glad they put the budget to good use. Yeah, it's a big budget thing. And like, if they, like, you can't, it's also a story thing. Like, some shows are just not built to be that many episodes. And a lot of times what shows were built to be like 20 episodes, they filled that shit up. Like, they didn't need to fill up with certain things, but they did to expand the stories and in ways that sometimes were fun and sometimes were unnecessary. So I don't know. It's definitely a balance to be found. For me, the perfect amount, again, it depends on the show, but like, I like 10 episodes, I think is perfect for most shows. It's like a solid amount. 8 to 10 is, I think, fine. 6 is usually a little not enough. It depends on the show, but I think 6, a lot of shows that have 6 episodes, I'm like, yeah, you should have had more. So 8 is usually a good amount. 10 is good as well. And then like 13 is good. Like once you get past 13, it starts to go into territories of you really don't need that many. But you know, it depends. Again, it depends on the show. Depends on the show. I think if I was to make my own Walking Dead show, I would what's the word? I would probably want like 10 episodes a season, maybe like 12. It's easier to handle and it's not like, it allows you to use your budget properly. Zuria the Walker Fada. Am I saying that right? Please let me know if I'm saying that right. Zuira the Walker Fada. Thank you so much for the donation. Happy birthday. Will you react to the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Rings of Power series? I'm watching from Brazil and have been following the channel since the bonus episodes. Thank you so much for the donation. I think I did see your comment before though, but I will say it again. The Lord of the Rings trilogy I have reacted to on my channel. So if you look up MovieFusion and then the Lord of the Rings, it should come up. There's multiple videos of it though. So it's because I used to do my reactions in parts. So it's going to be like a part 1, part 2, I think even part 3 sometimes, which it might be a bit much but to handle, but those reactions are there. The Rings of Power though, I will do probably someday, probably whenever season 3 comes out. I know they've done 2 seasons so far, so I'll definitely get to that. Yeah, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. You've been following since the bonus episodes of The Walking Dead, I'm assuming? That's actually, that's from like 2021. Damn. I do remember your name though. I do. So I do recognize you, but that's awesome. Those were so long ago, dude. That was like 4 years ago. Maybe even 5 years ago, right? Have you heard of the channel Melverse? Oh yes, I've seen some of his videos, yeah. I forget which video it was, but I've definitely seen some of his videos. Apparently Ahsoka season 2 has recently wrapped. Hell yes, I loved the first season. I don't know, I didn't love it. I liked it. There's a couple issues I had with it, but I mostly liked it. So excited for season 2 of that for sure. Definitely recommend you watch Grafted. It's a Shudder movie. Grafted. I gotta add these to my thing because I feel like I'm gonna forget. I have a big watch list, by the way. If you guys follow me on Letterboxd, oh my god, I got 1,000 movies on my watch list. 1,600 movies on my. Will I ever watch all of them? I don't know. I hope so. Grafted. Is it from 2024? I will add it. Thank you. You gonna play Ghost of Yodi or Resident Evil 9? I don't know. Ghost of Yodi already came out, right? And Resident Evil 9, I have to play a lot of the other games first, so probably not right away, but I do plan on playing the Resident Evil games because I played Resident Evil 2, just none of the other ones yet. Did you like Weapons? Yes, I loved Weapons. I posted a review on it, and definitely top 5 of the year for sure. Happy birthday, brother. My 2 favorite things are COD Zombies and Walking Dead, so I've been watching you forever. Love your content. Keep it going, man. Thank you so much, Evan. And yes, those are my 2 favorite things as well. Like in terms of movies, TV shows, media, it's COD Zombies, The Walking Dead. That's in my top 2 always. It's probably never going to change, to be honest. No matter how much I love the Game of Thrones and Dexter and even Marvel and stuff, it's always going to be Call of Duty Zombies and The Walking Dead. Those are like my things. Which is why I think I'm more critical of those 2 franchises than anyone out there because I love them so much. Like people got so pissed at me during like season 10 of The Walking Dead. I remember, my channel was a lot smaller at the time, keep in mind, but I got a lot of hate comments being like, you're never grateful for this, show and stuff. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up right now because wait, is the synth music still playing? Hold on. Oh, it is. Okay. It's just like not loading properly. I think I have a video. The Walking Dead 10, 16. It was a season 10 episode 16. I titled it Big Disappointment. 14,000 views. How many dislikes did this get? I'm gonna look at it right now. It got almost more dislikes than likes. It got like 200 likes, 170 dislikes. And it was a whole video of me just talking about the finale being kind of disappointing. And yeah, people are pissed at me, but I'm very critical of these things because I love them so much. Like I feel like you tend to be more critical of the franchises you love more and you care about more because you want them to be the best they can be. Like The Walking Dead frustrates me to the core, even right now, because I'm like, bro, they could be doing so many better things. Like they keep like, it's like, it's just, as a viewer, it's like there's just so much more potential there. And I feel the same way with Call of Duty Zombies sometimes. It's like, dude, there's so much they can be doing and they're just not doing it. And so you get more frustrated. Like I don't get frustrated with like, I don't know. I mean, I love, Breaking Bad, don't get me wrong, but like there's never been a moment where I've been frustrated with that. But I also feel like that show is pretty perfect across the board. So there's not much to get frustrated with. So that's not a good example. Let me think of a better example. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has had some bad moments for sure, right? But I've never been like, oh, I need to rant about this or anything like that. Because yeah, I love the show, but The Walking Dead is like another level where it's like, I can sit there and talk about the things they should have done for years. And like, if the dream opportunity would be to show run my own Walking Dead series because I have so much like ideas for that, And so it's like, definitely the things I care about the most for sure. You need to stream the Black Ops 2 campaign and do the combat record challenges. No, I don't. I don't even know what those are, to be honest. I just know I don't. You look like Josh Segura? I actually don't know who that is. I probably do know who it is. Oh, no, I know who that is. Yeah. I can see it. I can kind of see it, yeah. Just take your time. You don't need to watch all these movies. Just make like 1 or 2 reactions. You don't have to make all of them. Thank you. Yeah, no, I try to do as much as I can, but I'm definitely aware of the fact that I'm never going to watch all of them, but I'll try my best. Are you excited for the new Return of the Living Dead movie? Oh, I didn't even know there was a new Return of the Living Dead movie. Have you seen the original? So in terms of like the Living Dead movies, I've seen Night of the Living Dead, and that's it. I haven't seen many of those actually, which is crazy for me to say as a huge fan of zombies. I haven't seen a lot of the classic zombie movies, so I do need to watch them, and I will watch them. Trust me, I will. I will watch Dawn of the Dead. Or no, I watched Dawn of the Dead, the new one, the Zack Snyder one. I didn't watch the original. Day of the Dead, I didn't watch that. But I didn't see a lot of those, but I'm gonna watch them for sure. Most underrated Walking Dead episode and Zombies map, not including Spaceland. Underrated Walking Dead episode would be season 6 finale. And I don't know if it is actually underrated, because I feel like people do actually love the episode more than they give it credit for. But the reason people hated on it was the cliffhanger. But I think it's a top 5 episode in the series. It's got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, which is not a high rating on IMDb. And it deserved it, like so much more. It was a phenomenal episode. It just, yeah, the cliffhanger was unfortunate, but that doesn't mean the episode wasn't great. So definitely that. For zombie map, most underrated zombie map, Dead of the Night, maybe Shaolin Shuffle, something like that. I don't know. I feel like most people have no idea what I'm talking about, but for the people who know COD Zombies, you know what I'm talking about. Ranking the 3 seasons of Daryl Dix from worst to best. They're honestly all on par with each other, I feel like, but I think season 1 is probably my favorite still. Then season 3, and then season 2. So far, we have one more episode of season 3. I hope it wraps things up nicely. It probably won't. I think it's going to continue into season 4, but, you know, I don't know. Season 3, I don't know. I like it a lot. I'm just like, I'm getting burnt out on it, though. I can feel the burnout. And I think Dead City season 3 is going to kill me with the burnout. Because what I think they should have been doing with these shows is not just making them like these sequel spinoffs with these individual characters. You need to, I think they should have brought in more characters from The Walking Dead. And I don't mean cameos. I mean like actual characters that have important roles to play in the story. So here's an example, right? Lydia should have joined Dead City season 2, or maybe she can still join season 3. She probably won't, but she's a character. I don't know how they would figure that out in the story, why she would end up there, but she's a character that had an interesting dynamic with Negan. So she's a character that would fit in really well with that show. And it was a character from the original. They can even bring in Elijah or something. They can bring in some other characters from that, right? Maybe even Judith. I don't know why she would end up there, but again, find a way in the story to make her included. It wouldn't make any sense now given how they ended The Ones Who Live, but you know, I'm just saying they could have found a way to introduce those characters in those shows, so it's not just Negan and Maggie, but you also have other characters as well. I would have liked that. I think it would have brought in more fans as well. And I don't think you should be doing more than 3 seasons of these shows either. I think they got to wrap it up, find a reunion, do a reunion series or reunion movie or something, and end it there. So Morgan should have joined The Ones Who Live as well. Why didn't they do that? Hear me out. If this doesn't sound like the best idea ever, I don't know what does. The Ones Who Live should have been 3 seasons. 3 seasons, that's it, just 3 seasons. First season is exactly how it was, but instead of it ending the way it did, it ends with them, spoiler for The Ones Who Live if you haven't seen it, they destroy that one outpost of CRM, not the entire freaking organization, and rework it in one episode. No, just that outpost. And then they're on the road. And at the very end of that episode, you know who they run into? Morgan freaking Jones. They run into Morgan and his daughter, which if you don't know who the hell his daughter is, it's in Fear the Walking Dead. It's not, you know, they didn't even show the stuff in The Walking Dead, but you know, they had the whole little thing. But Morgan's character ended in Fear the Walking Dead wanting to go back to Alexandria, so he's on his way back. But you could have it so maybe his daughter got kidnapped by CRM or something. I don't know. He runs into Rick. He's like, I'm coming after my daughter, and he ended up running into the facility just as Rick and Michonne ended it. So now season 2 is Rick, Michonne, and Morgan. It's not just the Rick and Michonne show. Now it's the Rick, Michonne, and Morgan show, which is a goated trio. That is one of the best trios out there. You have them three the entire season trying to get back Morgan's daughter, while Rick and Michonne are also like, we got to go home. And they're like, what are we doing? We're going to take down CRM by ourselves. But like, what are we going to do? We're out in the freaking middle of the United States. And they're dealing with this whole thing the whole season. And it's really cool, really crazy, whatever. The season ends with them getting Morgan's daughter back, going back to Commonwealth. Season 2 ends with the reunion with Judith and all that. And it's all happy. Oh my God, we're happy. And then that season ends with CRM at the Commonwealth gates. They're like, we're coming in. You killed our people. And then a whole war breaks out. Season 3 is a war season between Commonwealth and CRM. Rick brought a whole freaking war to the CRM. Boom, bada, bang. That's season 3. Season 3 brings everyone back. Daryl's returned already by now. He's finished his show. He's returned. Negan and Maggie returned. Season 3 is literally just all the Walking Dead characters that are still alive back at Commonwealth fighting CRM. That would have been the perfect ending for The Walking Dead. Would have been perfect. And honestly, they could still do that last part. They could. It's just they have to rework it a bit. They have to make it so it's like a CRM like rebel group or something. I don't know. They can figure it out. I don't know. Okay, I will be ending the stream soon though, because I am getting to that point where my throat is starting to hurt from talking, so I gotta end it soon. Throat is killing me. Oh, Heath should have returned too. That is another thing. Heath should have returned. Freaking Silas from The Walking Dead: The World Beyond show should have returned. Favorite horror franchise? Either Nightmare on Elm Street or Child's Play. Freddy Krueger or Chucky. Yeah, people do talk about Shaolin like it's one of the worst maps. I don't get it. Devin Sawa from the original Found His Nation is in the new Return of the Living Dead movie. Oh, really? We have a teaser for there? Really is a teaser for that? How did I not see that? Return of the Living Dead. Is it coming out this year? I don't see a teaser though. Oh, 13 days ago. Wait, hold on. Was it posted anywhere? I don't see it. I do want to watch this though. Should I do this on the channel? Would you guys be interested in me watching Return of the Living Dead or like any of these zombie movies from the 80s and stuff? I see a channel talking about it, but I don't know. I don't see the actual trailer itself. Oh, is this it? The official sizzle? I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll find it eventually for sure. Squid Game season 1 was goated, season 2 was great, and season 3 was mid. I thought season 3 was a little disappointing, but I still really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was bad or anything. I just thought it was it felt a little rushed in the end, but I don't know. I still really enjoyed it though. The Ones Who Lived felt rushed. Yeah, it was great. First 4 episodes were great, and then I feel like it just kind of rushed it in the last 2 episodes. It felt like a video game almost with like a final boss. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like how they ended it for sure. And people were like criticizing me. They're like, "Why don't you like it? It was a happy ending." But it's like, just because it's happy doesn't mean it's a good ending, though. I feel like it was kind of rushed. Did you realize Paxton in Hostel is Jay Hernandez, aka Diablo from Suicide Squad? Wait, really? Now that you mention it, I see it. But obviously, he's a lot older in Suicide Squad. I did not realize that. Okay, interesting. That's cool. Currently subscribed to 7 movie reactors. Have you seen F1? I have. It's my favorite movie of this year so far. Absolutely loved it. Loving your Dexter reaction? Are you going to watch New Blood, Original Sin, and Resurrection? Yes, I will definitely be watching all 3 of those. In the order that they released. I'll definitely do it like that. They could do this ending with the PPP card, which we've seen a lot. Yeah, I don't know what the whole PPP thing is still. I always thought that was... At first, I thought it was the Whispers, and then I thought it was CRM, and I still don't really know what it is, to be honest. Have you ever been fooled by one of those AI trailers? I don't think so. I've been fooled by AI videos, though. Like, there's ones coming out recently that are like, holy shit, you can't even tell sometimes. But trailers, I don't think so. Thank you, Noah. All right. I think I'm going to end it there. I need to render the Dexter stuff and then probably go to bed. I don't know. I might play a little Battlefield 6 beforehand though, because I'm in the mood for it. It's a fun game. It is. You guys should try it out. It's pretty fun. When it comes to updates, don't really have too much to mention. Obviously, the usual reactions. Hope I can have that K-pop Demon Hunters video out soon. I actually enjoyed it. I didn't think I would like it that much, but I actually really liked it. But I should have that out soon. We'll see. What ruined The Ones Who Live was straight up Gimple's writing. That last scene should have hit so much harder, but the how I believed, like, come on, bro, lock in, love doesn't die. No, actually, I defend Gimple all the time. Like, I'm the biggest Gimple defender out there. I defended him like crazy during the Walking Dead's run. But I can agree that some of the writing, and I don't know if it was him specifically who wrote that dialogue. Like, I don't want to say it had to have been him, because I don't know. It could have been anyone writing that, right? He has a whole team of writers, so I don't know if it was necessarily him. But yeah, he was in charge, so it could have been. I agree. Sometimes the dialogue, I'm not crazy about that, but he does great most of the time. There's a lot of great dialogue in The Ones Who Live, but that was like, yeah, not a great line of dialogue. Yeah, thank you so much, Lola. I appreciate you checking out the stream. All right, I'll see you all later.